points.
Hey, something like that. But even with all of the Emperor's attempts to cheat you, you still won over the crowd and won the game by his own rules. So you will have 5 minutes once he escorts you into the chamber with Salvatore Scream, the person you wanted an audience with. But first, I have a question. What is in your character's opinion, the ideal form of government?
Merrick would probably just go meritocracy.
Something tells me Vic's going to say theocracy. Or cheeseocracy. It depends on how close we are to the president. Sophia, just to be different, will probably just say anarchy because she wouldn't understand the question. But Luca would probably be fine with the current kind of government we have if it wasn't being run by a horrible person.
Yeah, I don't think here has too much weight on specifics, but, competent, benevolent, better than other alternatives.
Oh man, it's not gonna be Theobald's answered, but I was just racking my brain here, and I just remembered a quote from Parks and Recreation, Ron Swanson saying what his ideal form of government was, which was is that there's just one guy in a room with a button that lets him decide which countries are to be nuked, and occasionally women are brought to him.
Oh my god, that's good. People are always on me to watch that, and I still haven't.
It is a good one.
You can just kind of
every time I hear a joke, it's fucking hilarious.
It's one of those that you don't necessarily have to pay like hardcore attention to, but it's a fun watch.
Yeah, most episodes stand alone on it, and it's still funny. Like, it never, to me, jumped the shark.
Yeah, that's why I always say I think the first season was its weakest because it was trying really hard to be like The Office, and then the second season just started being itself and then become infinitely better.
Yeah.
But I do need an answer for Theobald.
Whatever puts him in charge.
Because he doesn't want to be in charge. He just wants to be comfortable. That's the problem. That's the thing I'm running into. He's actually not a power-hungry megalomaniac. He would loathe to be the guy that everyone's bothering to make decisions. He would hate that.
So no theocracy.
No.
Now, a representative theocracy.
Okay, I don't know if this has a name for it, but imagine, if you will, the smartest people in any given nature come together and they put their minds together to create a decision-making machine. And then all those smart people fuck off, and the machine just calculates the correct decisions, and no one has to be involved with it ever again.
AI?
I feel like there's a word for it, but
yeah.
In theory, technocracy is supposed to be ruled by experts, but then who gets to decide who's an expert?
Well, yeah, no, it's not the experts. They go away. It's the machine. I don't.
Black boxocracy.
I guess it's whatever gets him and his left alone and living reasonably comfortable. He'll back that horse. I guess mercenary attitude. It's difficult to describe.
Yeah. Now we're just picturing a Gadsden flag hanging over that knot door in the back alley.
See, that's the big hang up that I have with Theobald trying to answer the question, is that he fundamentally doesn't think that people are capable of handling it. Arguably including himself. Besides, if nothing goes wrong, then what am I supposed to complain about?
I mean, yeah, his chosen profession is making a fool out of people.
Mm-hmm.
The closest thing I found was algocracy, the incorporation of algorithms into governance.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
So as long as it's not ruled by Al Gore.
Oh no! Well, then it would be run by
Man Bear Pig.
Yeah, I was about to say Man Bear Pig.
That's his VP. I love the sequel to the Man Bear Pig because it's just the very South Park, like, yeah, we were wrong. Mm-hmm. Fuck you. You're still a dummy.
I think one of my favorite South Park jokes was the Token is actually named Tolkien thing.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was good, and that was a recent one.
Yeah, that was a recent one, and they're looking directly at the camera. Anyone who thought his name was Token, you need to seriously have a hard look at yourself. I go to the YouTube videos. Going back 15 years, they changed the name to Tolkien in all of them.
All of the YouTube videos say Tolkien now. They just like gaslit all their fans. Yeah. It's always been Tolkien.
What the fuck is wrong with you? We really thought we'd put a black character and name him Token Black? What the fuck?
You guys are fucked up.
Considering that musical you made about all the Africans with AIDS, it seemed pretty in character.
I just enjoyed in that episode Stan calling around to everyone, and even Cartman's like, "Yeah, of course his name is Tolkien. What'd you think it was?"
Oh my god! You guys are kind of racist.
Yeah.
I love the episodes when you get to see fucking Cartman for somehow be the voice of reason, because it just shows how ridiculous everyone else is acting.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he thinks he's the voice of reason, everyone just kind of stops what they're doing, and they're like, "Oh shit."
And that same season, I think they did one with Cartman as an adult, where he becomes a Jewish rabbi, has all Jewish family.
He's just a really good person.
And Kyle thinks he's just fucking with them the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Shut the fuck up. This isn't fucking funny, Cartman." He's like, "No, I had an awakening. I changed my life." Anyway, we start at any time now. Whenever you guys.
I'm good to go.
Good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just move us back to the splash screen unless someone starts combat.
I don't plan to. I will say, as we are being led to where this artist is, I would like to take up a position at the back of the group, because when I have a free moment, I want to try casting a spell silently, because it only has somatic components.
During like Pig, I'd like to Metcon.
Oh shit! I got AFK.
Using another invisible to get over the crowd, because it doesn't look like I'd have been able to sneak into the building. At least not without using a third invisibility. And Theobald claimed to have a plan.
I do. Let's see if it blows up in my face, but I'm going to try. If it goes well, it should be clean.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand.
All right. Let's see. Not a. No, it's the same number. Why am I arguing? Yeah, because this is just somatic components. So.
Yeah, that's. Seems like it would be the case for sleight of hand.
13. Can I? What did I roll on that? I rolled an 11. Can I spend my 1 hero point to what was it? Add 5 after it? Was that a thing?
I think add 4.
Oh, 4? Yeah, could I do that?
Yeah, you can add 4.
All right. I add 4 to make that 17.
Back.
Yeah, and it's more if you use the hero point before you roll. I think.
Yeah, I should have done that, but I was living dangerously.
Living on the edge. All right. In that case, has. Well, he just jumps on along.
Okay. So I am going to cast the spell. Where is it? Here we go. Complex Hallucination. And I am going to cast that on Liori Vassis. She's the Zon-Kuthon priest that's with us.
Mm-hmm.
And the hallucination, which only she will see, and her mind's going to fill in the blanks here, is it's very simple. It's whoever this artist guy we're going to meet is. It's just not going to look like the guy she's looking for.
Okay. I'm trying to pull up the sheet now.
And there's a will save to disbelieve, but that's only when she has like reason to believe that, wait, is something strange going on here? And it includes tactile, auditory, thermal effects. And this isn't affecting Emperor of Old Corvosa at all, so he's not going to know what's up.
Yeah, so you're saying they don't get a will save to have the spell cast on them?
Well, it's will to disbelieve. So if I understand how will to disbelieve works, isn't that traditionally when you would have to interact with it in some way to believe that it might be fake?
So I think she would have a will save when we first encounter the guy.
Okay, yeah.
Because when we get to the guy, and she's supposed to believe that he's not really the person she's looking for, then she would get the save. But casting it on her doesn't trigger the save until the reason for the spell is affected.
Okay, yeah. There we go. So hopefully this works, but hey, I'm the illusionist wizard. I have to try.
Yep. You pass through a couple of doors into an extravagantly decorated bedroom that would seem to belong to the richest nobles and monarchs living in castles, at least until you look more closely at the sheets and on the four-poster bed. Notes how stained and frayed they are. Everything is kind of threadbare once you get a closer look, and it's clear that these are either stolen or maybe they were props that Tilt Swastel used at some point. And then you see that one of the doors inside of this bedroom is actually a locked iron door with bars like a prison cell. And on the other side, you all, except for Iori, who I'm about to roll for, see a gaunt, pale man in a painting smock sitting at the edge of a bed. The only other item inside of that cell with him being a bucket, which you can assume the use case for. The man looks like he's barely been sleeping And as he looks at you, desperate, as you enter the room. You guys also see some paintings propped up against the walls inside the Emperor's chambers. If anyone wants to give me a knowledge religion check to identify some of these paintings.
On it. 17.
21.
Curse you, small child.
And she'd be
I'll make
smug
it
about
loud,
knowing more
yeah.
than him, too. Oh,
I
she's
will
gonna be
say-
so smug.
I will say, for the court's record, I rolled a 4 and got a 17, and Richard rolled a 14 and got a 21. So
Okay. The first painting you see depicts a full portrait of a thin humanoid wearing shadows as he stands framed by a dolmen of a great size. The figure's brilliant blue eyes are the only true points of color in the piece, and they seem to almost glow with anger. The second picture is a rugged mountain range above a desert under the harsh blue sky. In the foreground, a quartet of Vudrani tusked camels ridden by tribespeople race across the dunes. Upon closer examination, those dunes consist of tiny skulls. And the final portrait is the most disturbing. It depicts a handsome man in the process of peeling away the flesh of his arms as if he were taking off a pair of gloves. Underneath his arms are underneath of his arms are muscular and covered with glittering blue scales. The man's expression is one of delight, yet his eyes are empty pits of blackness. And half seen in the shadows beyond him are thousands of humans impaled on towering wooden poles erected, and the shadow of an indistinct shape looming in the horizon. The religion checks were pretty high on this, so no one has any other religious context that they could put on these paintings. But they are very well illustrated. They could probably catch you a good price at auction. Does anyone want to give me a knowledge geography check on this last painting?
let's see if I got points in that.
Sophia doesn't get out much.
I don't get out much.
Yeah, I don't have that trained either.
They both say it at the same time. I don't.
Yeah,
get
when you're at character creation, you're like, what am I going to use? Knowledge geography.
Yeah, that's why when we do Skull and Shackles, I actually have plans for knowledge geography. So I was going to tell everyone, hey, if you want to be a ship's navigator, don't neglect knowledge geography. That'll actually
Yeah.
be used. It's a weird one. It's one of those skills that makes sense, but you still don't really use it.
I mean, that painting's on the south wall. That one's on the west wall. I got this.
I feel like knowledge geography is one of those ones where if you ever have like a skill check to like navigate through a forest, you might be willing to let a PC use that instead of survival.
And finally, anyone who wants to can give me a knowledge arcana check looking at these paintings.
Oh, this I have. Damn it. That's a 2.
3.
Still higher than child.
You're just jealous because I beat you at religion.
Yep, and no one else can glean any more from the paintings. The man in the cell looks desperate, but he doesn't say anything as you enter, as he sees Piltz enter the room with you.
Does he look like the guy I scried on? The artist that we're looking for.
Yes.
Blanking on his
Yes.
name.
And then, yes, he does.
I would like to do a sense motive. Not very good, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway to see if I can glean if this guy looks like he might be being held against his will or if he's hiding out here. I have a hunch I might already know, but I'm going to try to roll the dice to back it up. 11.
The lock on the door says he's probably being held here against his will.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, my memory's bad. Could you remind me what was the name of this artist guy again?
Salvatore Scream.
Salvatore Scream.
Thank you. That's going to be important for the con I'm going to run in a second. Well, never mind.
It does appear that Leori is not affected.
All right.
I think the paintings might have given it away.
Well, that's why I try to do it subtly.
Well, unless anyone has any more tricks up their sleeves, I'm going to start a 5-minute timer.
Our character, what's the...
Yeah, before you start the timer, can we refresh what we supposed to ask this guy?
Are
we trying to find
he's the last person who saw the Seneschal, who metaphorically knows where the bodies are buried for the queen, because he disappeared as soon as she took the throne. We know for a fact he's alive because I scried on him and he was being held in a torture chamber somewhere.
Or at least in a dungeon.
He was on a rack, so
okay.
Feels pretty torturous.
I
didn't realize it was a rack. I thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no tricks from me, but if we do end up having to fight our way out, I have options.
Yep.
Indeed.
That was going to be such a good con, too. Oh, well. You do what you can. In all fairness, it looks like she had it was a DC 22, and she had a +10, so...
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Yeah, there was a chance that could have gone down really smoothly.
Yeah, we soaked all the low rolls, so, you know.
So, yeah, we need to get information from this guy about where the Seneschal is located.
As we were coming in, I was gonna say I kind of forgot to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would have cast message Theobald.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if things go south when we're walking out, can you make an illusion that looks like me walking out with you?
Let me check my spells. Yes, I can do that.
Okay, so that's a plan B. I have an idea.
Yeah.
But
all right.
I have an idea.
So, do we start the timer already, or?
I will
Let's
start
do it.
in 3, 2, 1.
All right, Vic's gonna use his study on this guy and his silver-tongued haggler, and ask, "Why are you being held here?"
He gives a glance to Salvatore, looking at the far end of the room behind you, and he just sort of points at him. He doesn't say anything. He's sort of reluctant with him right there.
Do you know where the Seneschal is?
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. The only way anyone's going to find out is if you get me out of here.
Turn to the guy, the crazy king. Why is he your captive?
Well, when my playhouse has its grand reopening, someone will need to paint my backdrops.
Sense motive to make sure that crazy really believes he has to hold him for that?
Yeah, that tracks.
That tracks. Good point, indeed. Looks over at the other guys like, this isn't going to come out in conversation. So, if I were to, I'm trying to run a bluff here. if I were to take this man off your hands for a while, return him as soon as your playhouse is open, I could bring in a good many, how do I say, not aristocracy, well-known celebrities, but some fashionable people to your playhouse who would cause quite the stir. And of course, he would be back at that point to paint the mural. Bluff?
Michael?
Sorry, I was muted. Give me a bluff.
Sorry, that's a terrible bluff. A 3. Do we have hero points?
We each
Yeah.
got 1.
And tap it. I got nothing else.
34.
Okay. And what was the exact question you were asking again? You were asking to take him and then bring him back.
Yes,
saying that
and
he would get more high
when I bring
profile
him
people
back-
into the theater.
Yeah, when I bring him back, he can paint your mural when you're ready to open the theater, and I'll be sure to bring a whole lot of high-profile people, aristocrats, celebrities, for the theater's opening.
It's an interesting proposition. What high-profile people do you know?
Well, if I started dropping names like that, then we wouldn't exactly be able to brush elbows anymore. But do you know? This is going to be total bluffs. Do you know the Duke of Shire and his wife?
Do you know
sure you
Lord
do.
Leopo?
Do you know Lord Leopo and, of course, the Grandmaster Paizo?
What about Governor Ripperclaws?
Governor, that's a good point, Governor.
Oh yeah, I'm
Now,
on
these
good
are all-
terms with Lady Whitescale in the north.
There we go. I mean, foreign aristocrats, nobles.
Lizard
And
Queen.
the Pilatiog's.
Palaces.
Mm,
Another bluff?
yeah, give me another bluff.
Come on, big money. There we go.
40. Them some Manfred numbers.
Maybe you could sweeten the pot a little bit.
How about I pay for the mural, and once you find your location, I'll pay for the curtain.
Deal. That will be 4,000 gold pieces.
And your location is where?
What do you mean, the location?
The location of where he's going to open his theater.
Oh, he says right here.
Well, this will never do. This isn't large enough. You've got to have a grand location. How about I help you around town find a theater with marble columns, something definitely worth your
Station.
performance abilities.
Mm.
At this point,
And
I'm just
you
trying
are...
a diplomacy.
You have gone over the 5 minutes, but now he's intrigued.
Well, yeah, we're talking to him now.
Yeah. And you are...
Sorry,
He's
is he
asking
asking me?
Yeah, he's asking you, Vic.
Around town, I go by Vixen Hammerhand, but I am what you might call a real estate broker of sort, a finder and a matchmaker of locations and people who just don't know of each other yet. I don't know if I can use a diplomacy to double talk him better than I can. That kind of hand on the shoulder, painting an image with beautiful words of the location, the grand opening night, the stars that will be there, the red carpet,
I can
as
add
we're
a
walking out
can
of the
add my
room
own
and away.
bluff to help out as well, because I got something I can say to help.
Vixen Hammerhand. Vixen Hammerhand. Where have I heard that name before? You see Jabir, the gnome who wears the executioner's outfit and chops off heads. He comes over and he pulls on his leg, his pants, and he says, he doesn't say anything, but he just hands him over, and Vic, you see it's your wanted poster.
Yep. Time to go, Walt.
Out of curiosity, how much money is Vic worth on that wanted poster?
It is a good question. Let me
Because
see
I
if
got a very lawful, evil idea right now.
Indeed. You have a bounty of 5,000 gold pieces on your head.
Is Luca still out
Yeah.
with us? I quickly shoot a message. Kick Vic in the back of the knees. Just do it quick. I'll cover.
You say that to Luca?
Yep.
Yeah, he'll kick him in the back of the knees to get him to go to his knees.
Yep.
Not like hard enough to hurt him or anything, but
Yep. And that, Your Majesty, would be the 4,000 gold pieces you requested for setting up your theater with bonus.
Hey, what the hell?
kind of side eye you, but Luca kind of just goes along with it right now.
I give like one of those condescending face pats. It's been good working with you, Vic. You've been a most delightful rube.
Go to hell, Theobald. Your Majesty, if you turn me in for that paltry $5,000, your theater and all your dreams will never come to fruition. No red carpet. No aristocrats from other countries. How can I come through on our promises and our arrangement that you agreed to if you're going to turn me in for some petty crimes they say I committed but didn't? This is your opportunity.
I'm working an angle here, dude.
I really don't want to go to jail, dude.
We're not going to leave you there, obviously.
Yes. This is brilliant. I will execute one of the Queen's most wanted, earn her love, and truly become the king of Corvosa.
Exactly. All we need in exchange is Mr. Scream.
He comes up to you, Theobald, and he says, "You, sir, are a saint and a patron to this great country." And then he kisses you on the forehead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I am just a humble servant.
Yes. Come, Jabir. Let us cut the criminal's head off. As him and his men start immediately A to B escorting you to the long knife.
What is the long knife?
That's the
Guillotine.
The guillotine.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
We're playing here.
We got the artist, right?
Yep.
He's coming with us.
He will make the trade with you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're following, right?
Yeah, of course.
Are y'all leaving?
No, we're coming. I'm not gonna leave you to die, man.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I can get away.
We're walking with.
Yeah. Because Kier is still incognito in the crowd. I still got some illusions up my sleeve, and now we're directing attention away from us and onto you. Remember, like a bajillion sessions ago, when we said we really wanted to do a dramatic rescue during an execution?
Oh my!
I think some production value.
Yeah, that looks like a happy guillotine right there.
Mm-hmm.
Question the cleanliness of the cut, though.
Mm-hmm.
I assure you, it's perfectly clean.
Merrick will be keeping close to Salvatore with the falcon on his shoulder, the hippogriff shape, or the falcon-shaped hippogriff on his shoulder.
All right. In that case, they are just going to start loading up Vic onto the platform.
All right. As soon as I get to the platform, I'm gonna have to cast using Still and Silent spell because I assume they bound my hands at this point. Raven's flight. Try and turn into a raven and fly away.
We haven't been
Justin.
given our weapons or anything back yet, have we?
No?
Nope.
Cool. Cool.
Listen, I was just rolling with the punches to try to get this guy out of here.
I had an idea, but we didn't get there.
So are we in the same like courtyard as like the blood pig?
I think we're
sport,
back at
or-
the throne room where we were.
Yeah.
Oh, so this
there's
is
just-
indoors, not
there-
out. not
Okay, if we're
exterior.
heading back to the throne room, could we rewind a little bit? Because I still wanted to whisper Theobald to try to make an illusion of my character.
Yeah.
So can we do that first? Because if she gets caught, it's gonna blow it. But because she's gonna use when he makes a spell to make an illusion of her following them, I'm going to use invisibility sphere to go invisible. And just that's why I want to be a little bit away from everybody, so it doesn't like make a bunch of people invisible.
Mhm.
So do they need to make do I need to make a stealth to be able to do this first, or do we need to have them roll on the save the will for the illusion? I'm not sure how we're gonna play that. So
And let's high style this. Let's plan it out. So, who all do we want to try to get in the invisibility sphere?
well, I'm trying to just
Sure.
get separate from everyone else, and
Yeah.
Part of that is since we're kind of leading up, she thinks that we're gonna go into a fight regardless of anything right now.
Yeah.
So she
yeah.
wants to go get our weapons. 'Cause
Mhm.
Oh, okay, perfect.
She
Okay.
just wants to basically sidelong the group
Yeah.
while she's invisible, grab the stuff, and then see what's about to happen because she knows things are going to go south.
But she'll look like she's with the group because
Yeah, but that's why the illusion is to make it look like
I
she's still
can I can cast silent image, and in the hubbub, just seeing a little girl standing there, no one's going to notice that she's not making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a problem.
So,
We just need to get the opinion of Michael.
Especially around this group.
Also,
So
I'm just gonna
What do you
I'm
need
just gonna
from me, Richard?
I need to make a stealth, or do we need to have him roll on a save for or can this just happen?
yeah. It's not like he's directly
So-
interacting with the illusion of
Yeah.
Sophia I'm making.
Yeah, basically
I like
the
it.
illusion
How
is to
are
like.
you? How are you sneaking off again without getting noticed?
So basically, he's going to make an illusion of my character basically over me, and at the same time, I'm going to go invisible and back away from the crowd.
yeah, imagine as they're all kind of leading
Mm.
from
Yeah, give
towards
me
the
a
guillotine,
stealth
they're not
roll,
really
yeah,
paying
it's
attention to the
like-
little girl.
Okay, I will go ahead and use a hero point to add +8 to this because my stealth is not great.
Oh, it'll be a plus 28. So, well, that's impossible. What you just rolled. 11
Well,
plus 28.
Yeah,
plus-
yeah,
11 plus 28. So yeah, 39. And I'm just
39.
gonna I'm gonna go straight for where they have our weapons kept and just pick them up.
Yeah,
If
I'll say that's easy enough for you to do with that roll.
I am going to use the hubbub of him moving Vic towards the chopping block to enact a silent image to create a illusory Sophia. I would also, as a small rewind of the clock, I'm just going to roll a bluff to use innuendo, just that way Vic knows I'm not actually trying to get him killed. This is
There
like,
you go.
22 to silently convey the I'm not actually trying to kill you in subtext.
Still don't trust you, Theobald.
I mean, that's fire. I was just
Yeah,
rolling with
yeah.
punches. All right. Any chance you could just get that hippogriff to take the artist out of here right now as we pass through the Blood Bowl pitch? Are they still a Vic in hand?
Well, you would know I have invisibility sphere, so if we need to, I can just grab him and get out of dodge. So you'd have to just message me because I think you would know I'm in the vicinity.
I think he was talking to.
I was talking to Merrick.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you use your hippogriff because we have to pass through the Blood Bowl pitch back towards the throne room, if I understand the layout correctly. So as we pass out, can you just get your hippogriff to grab this artist by the scruff and fly away?
Absolutely.
Once again,
Yeah, absolutely.
the king still has Vic.
Yeah.
So by all accounts.
No. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so as everybody's kind of progressing, they're passing through, Merrick will kind of linger behind just enough to like break line of sight and then allow the Falcon to transform and then just load up the artist and probably send him
just away for right now.
Yeah. I'll tell Azure to basically just go skyward and circle high out of sight.
All right. Salvatore goes as he gets grabbed and flown away.
Wilhelm scream away.
You'll be safer, I promise you.
I'm 50 feet in the air. How is this safe?
Can't hear you from all the way up there.
Don't worry, it doesn't hurt as bad as you think.
You have more than 10 hit points, right? Right?
Womp womp. Common artist.
Yes. The king lets out a laugh at that, and then Vic, you get lowered down. Your head looks over that bronze bowl. As you look into the puddle of blood of the people who have gone down before you.
Right when that happens, I'm casting Raven's Flight. Transform into a tiny raven and fly 150 feet away.
How sleight of handy are you, Merrick?
2.
Okay.
Untrained.
I have a thing called a gloom stick, which is like a reverse sunrise. It creates an area of darkness. So if we could just be at just the edge of the stage, if one of us could crack it and slide it over right before he casts the spell, it'll be an amazing vanishing act as the confusion of what happened to him in the darkness.
I'll give it a shot. Because it's just you and me at this point, right?
I think Luca's still with us, and Kira is hidden in the rafters.
I got you.
And I'm just kind of skulking around the crowd at this point.
Yeah, the Merrick
probably passing people's weapons subtly, the ones that are like easily concealed. Like obviously not the Dorndurger or Luca's weapon right now.
Yeah, so Merrick will get in position and wait for the cue to do so.
Probably just right as Vic is casting Raven's Flight, is you see like the magic starts to take place. So if you just crack the stick and slide it over.
Can I try that as would that be sleight of hand, or can I try to like use objects to kind of obscure it and go for like a stealth check?
First of all, I think Vic is going to get an attack of opportunity on him as he flies away.
Well, I think he used the silent and still, didn't he? So
he's using silent and still, and that's also why I was trying to throw in the shadow just to help, trying to do it subtly.
Because he's not moving or saying anything when he's casting, so they shouldn't know that he's doing anything.
Yeah, and after I cast it, I can use the withdrawal action to move away.
Okay.
Now, if they fall for this, I'd be surprised, but at least we got the artist out of here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And saved Vic.
We got the artist out of here.
We completed the bonus objective.
I'm trying to save you.
Yeah.
It was a no-death run.
A little gratitude for the guy who was trying to pull a fast con.
And you said it was a Rod of Shadows, or
It's a gloom stick. It creates
a gloom stick.
It creates a 20-foot bubble of non-magical darkness. It just literally sucks the light from the air.
Okay.
So if we just like crack it and quickly roll it across the stage, using the confusion right as the spell is beginning to take place, I was having Merrick do it so that way I could reasonably do a bluff action, or I'd be like, by the gods, he's used his cursed cleric powers to shroud the stage in darkness. What a shocking turn of events!
All right. Okay. I like it. So is it a will say which would usually combat that?
The
bluff.
The gloom stick? Oh, no, the gloom
bluff.
stick. That would be a sense motive.
Sense mode. Yeah, I forget sense mode is a thing.
Yeah, we swap systems a lot. Here I can just do a you know what? I got one more hero point left. Let's just go for it straight. Yeah, I'm good at lying.
A witch! He's a witch!
Burn the witch!
Merrick realized his strategy is just keep throwing people under the bus until there's no people left, until we're all running.
Well, no, I wasn't blaming Merrick. I was saying
Oh.
Vic created the darkness.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yes,
Okay.
that was the entire thing.
I got you. Okay.
As Sophia's subtly getting the weapons, and if we're confronted, I have another lie I can pull out.
Yeah, pretty shortly after he's gonna be. You tricked me.
This is infuriating. Months of conning that rube. I didn't know he had a secret scroll of shadows hidden up his bloomers. Emperor of Old Corvosa, you must understand. I take this as a personal affront that he managed to get away. Payment be damned. I shall find him and I shall drag him back here in chains of the finest cold iron. This has been an affront to my honor.
Give me another bluff.
That's pretty close to a natural one.
I've got one more reroll. 25.
All right.
Anyone wants to do a help action?
I'm invisible, sorry.
Nope, fair enough.
Hello, Emperor.
Come on. I want this to work so badly.
Okay.
Was that a competing sense motive?
Where did it?
Of all its fails, you could just roll /1d20 plus 10 by the look of it. Oh, you rolled for Salvatore.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I rolled for Salvatore that first time. Let me see what actually would have been for him. Oops, I had the wrong sheet open. 13.
I rolled 34.
And then sense motive is wisdom?
Yeah. To be fair, I rolled 34.
Oh, it would have been much lower. In that case. I understand my subject. But you have a quest. You must bring him back to me. Make haste, for you are the Knight of Corvosa who shall bring forth the new age. And once we capture that criminal, I shall be your king.
I shall see it done, I shall see it done, sire. I turn to the others. Come, minions, we ride.
He will not escape us.
I just start walking. I'm like, walk, keep walking faster.
Going.
You just hear,
Well,
Merrick, you just hear a voice next to you. Don't try to upsell it. You're not as good as Linus he is.
Oh man, I was hoping for a good execution, I was.
And with Sophia
Kill the guy that said that!
Good idea! Ah!
The back of a crowd just carrying a guy as we walk away.
Yeah. And Sophia has gotten all of our weapons back.
Oh my god. What was the joke from Deadpool? he was a good. What the fuck was it? It was a heroic sacrifice. It wasn't a sacrifice. It was murder.
Yeah.
But
we're all able to get
you
out.
do
hopefully.
manage to slink out as they
Huzzah.
execute that guy.
Yeah, but we don't know him.
Oh man, actually not what I meant.
I had such a rich backstory. Yeah, I assume we can get a few blocks away and reconvene with Vic and Kier.
Probably, call down the Griffin.
Mhm.
Or the Griff.
Well done, Vic. Your outrage was very authentic.
For a moment there, I wasn't sure.
Don't worry. Your priestly smock is good at opening too many doors to get rid of at this point. Besides, the guy's an idiot.
Was quite delusional.
We may need that later. But for now, let's
You're
get some,
his knight, so that's that's a rank.
for now, let's get some distance as we deal with some issues. And I'm going to do another bluff here to innuendo to the rest of the party about Leori, who's still with us. About issues with Salvador Scream. Because she's definitely bad news.
By the time we get out of there, I wouldn't be invisible any longer. So,
Mhm.
FYI.
I have no idea where we should go, but I don't think we should go back to that estate that's here in Old Provosa.
Mhm.
I mean, can anybody think of any places we still have left?
I mean,
The
just,
other-
let's find an
not an old-
abandoned house.
Yeah, just find an
We could-
abandoned house here for now. We don't need to
Leori
like,
would-
bed down.
Speak up and say, I mean, we could always go back to Salvatore's house.
Wait, isn't that the house I was almost killed in? The caught fire?
By
No,
the Red
that's-
Mantises?
No, that's not Salvatore is not the same
That's Vin
guy.
Carlos.
That's Vin
That's Vin
Carlo.
Carlos' house.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't have any better ideas at the current.
Well,
have
we
to
should
stay-
all put on our disguises now that we're back on the street walking around. Because I, out of character, continue to forget that we're supposed to be in disguise.
Yep, that's why I got my shawl of shadowy disguise, which just obscures my face.
Disguise check. 21 to disguise myself.
Super disguise.
Also, Luca is dismissed because walking around with a glowing green guy in the middle of
Mhm.
town. Walking red flag.
Why
Yes.
does that 12-year-old girl have a Groucho mustache?
21 is better than a Groucho mustache, I'll have you know.
It's a gnome. That
I at
explains
least pulled off I put a bunch of hair in a hat and I'm dressed like a weird pauper child.
it. Mhm.
Put a disguise on Merrick. It's not very good, but it'll do.
I'm just largely trying to hide my half-elf nature.
Cut off your ears.
No, don't cut them off, round them off.
Not be racist.
Either sound particularly enjoyable.
I think that's a hate crime.
Did the evil man and the teenage girl accidentally do a racism?
Listen,
color me shocked.
I hate everyone equally,
And I'm Caddy.
but some people a little bit more than
I can't go a full session without it. So
But yeah, let's go to Salvador Scream's house for now. I don't think that should be a home base, but he might be a little bit more amenable to talking.
okay, so is
Alright.
this still the same day that the Sable Company was massacred? Or is this a little bit later?
I think this is a different day.
I would think it's a different day, but on the screen it
according
says that
It says
is
Sable gonna
today.
die on the same day that we.
yeah, so it is this the same day.
Okay.
It's with the
Just want to make sure.
I'll go back and check and make sure, but yeah, we'll say same day.
Merrick's having a week right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm fairly sure it's the same day because I believe this is the same day as the orphan signal that brought me to meet.
Oh
you
yeah,
guys.
it is.
Oh man.
Classic.
Called one party member an orphan, offered another one up as a tribute for a bounty to buy another human being. It's a good day to be an evil wizard.
All right.
Hey, does
But
anyone have a
Nightfall-
really fancy looking longsword I confuse with a rock? I've got a hilarious prank.
Nightfall is coming upon you as you make it back to the water's edge into the tiny apartment in which Salvador Scream lives.
Mhm.
You would take a seat at the table, give a sidelong glance at the skull still sitting on it, and then he would say, I can't believe that actually worked.
Me too.
It is
Yeah.
unusual for our plans.
I mean, to be fair, the guy was a nitwit, clearly outside of his mind.
It was not my cleanest work, but it was expected.
I don't think there's doing anything clean with a mark like that.
I was just gonna try to summon a satyr and make everyone want us to leave.
Vic's gonna be walking around detecting magic, make sure there's nothing scrying us in here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll help out so we can just quickly do it.
I cross my arms and I look
I
at
will
Max.
say the man does put on a good production of Much Ado About Kobolds.
That is a good play.
Yeah, you can't really do it wrong.
I prefer Nomeo and Dragonette.
Nah, it's overplayed. It's overplayed. But you guys do have however much time you need to question
Yep.
Salvatore now.
Well then, but you answer the question that we asked before. Now that we've secured you independence.
The Seneschal, we were friends for a number of years before, and the night the king died, he came to my home injured. It seems as if an assassin had tried to take his life. As the plague took a turn for the worst, I took to nursing him back to health here as best as I could. Eventually, Vincarlo Orsini, he managed to track us down. He said he was going to make plans with some folks about getting the Seneschal out of town, but I haven't seen him, and I suspect the worst. The Seneschal was somehow the Arconas found out where he was, and they took him away somewhere. I don't know where he is now.
Merrick will look over to Kieran.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I cut off right there. He was where?
The Arconas took him.
Okay.
Suppose it's good that we didn't bring him back there then.
Oh, told you. Scorpions and frogs.
Mm-hmm. But at the time, he was enemy of enemy.
Oh god, are we gonna have to kill a drug kingpin? Does that mean we have to take over his drug empire?
Well, the problem is, well, how do we get the Seneschal from his capture?
Yes, I suppose first we must figure out where he is. And I doubt Gloria Arcana will be very forthcoming with the information.
At least we have men on the inside.
It is worth asking, I voice out loud. So we're 100% that there's no snakes in this room?
You
I
have
did
your-
speak,
Detected magic.
You have the word to say to make them
Yep.
reveal themselves.
I'll give that a shot. I'll just say the word real quick.
Yeah, no snakes.
Not impossible that they changed the word, but it's worth checking.
Or that the word was just for show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, won't be the first time we've been betrayed / had to betray someone.
So you have somebody that's good at it.
Also, our biggest issue is that guy that snuck into old vigilante friend's base and kind of swept the floor with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, weren't those Red Mantis assassins or something?
Oh yeah,
Well,
there's
them
those,
too, but the bodyguard.
Yeah,
Arcana.
that vigilante base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong one. There's a couple of them.
Perhaps we
Yes.
should discuss this another time, the rest of you. Once again, Leori is in the room. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
do you have any idea why the Arconas took the Seneschal? I said, addressing the artist again.
Out of
I
character, I
can
don't
only
even
make
remember why we need him.
a guess, but it's probably in a bid to secure his power. If he has the Seneschal, that's one more thing that legitimizes his seat over the city. But I don't think Neolandis would ever go along with that.
Did Neolandis tell you what actually happened the night the king died?
He said that he suspected foul play by the queen, that she had grown bitter and more resentful as time had gone on, but they had no real evidence to pin it to her. He
Gonna
told me
use
that
discern.
assassins had been sent to take him out the same night that the king had died.
Gonna use discern lies just to make sure he's telling the truth.
Classic. Oh, we can't find evidence. We can't do anything. Just make some evidence. God. You already know the answer. The castle, there's a lot of stairs. Something could happen.
It's the start of every bad romance novel from Korea.
I tumble downstairs and get a job at Subway.
Or you had a job at Subway and then you die and then you get dropped down a 5 stairs into your fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
Can we think of anything else he might have answers to?
I'm to think, but I mean, we really just needed him to help find the
Yeah, and it's not like it's a mystery why the Emperor of Old Corvosa over there wanted him. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I would ask. while you were hanging out with that Emperor King guy, whatever he calls himself, did anyone weird come to visit him that you saw? Like anyone that should be cause for concern? Like, did the Queen visit him somehow, or did someone from higher power that you might have recognized visit him ever?
Weird. Nothing weirder than the 3-foot-tall executioner with no tongue.
Oh, well. Wait, no, she wouldn't know about that. She wouldn't know about the tongueless people.
Yeah, Merrick would kind
I
of
wouldn't
quirk a
know
brow
either.
at that and say, it's a recurring theme from ever since things started going sideways. I mean, there's the sailor in a ship just before the then he'd kind of go over just the rundown of their adventures and where the tongueless people kind of popped in.
And where did you say that ship sailed from originally?
Trying to remember out of character.
Because I've only
I just can't
played
remember
ship.
the name.
Yeah.
The ship that was beneath the bay at the start of the plague. I think I remember, but I can't remember if my memory's spotty, and Theobald wasn't there anyway, so I'm just voicing it in character just in case Michael wants to pop in.
The ship didn't have a flag, and it didn't really have a super lot of identifying markers. It was called the Direction. It came sailing into the harbor, and there was no flag, so people don't really know where it came from. Knowing what you know now, it's possible it could have come from Ustalav, considering the cultist of Urgathoa that showed up shortly after.
That would be impressive if it did. Ustalav's landlocked.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
Ustalav in origin.
Yeah, Ustalav in origin.
But truth
Is
is,
your
there's
jetty
no
a
way you would know
trebuchet?
where it sailed out from.
I mean, it technically has access to the Lake Carpathian, but that's a great freshwater lake. That Cthulhu is definitely not sleeping under. Get that out of your head. There's definitely no Cthulhu down there.
That's weird for you to mention, but okay.
Yes, there definitely isn't fishing towns filled with Deep One hybrids like Shadow over Innsmouth. That's definitely not a thing. Seriously, why do people live in that country?
They don't know any better.
Yeah.
Anything else, or should we depart? Actually, Merrick will say, what's your plan from here? I mean, that apparently is paid off. Does that mean you're just gonna chill here, or do you want to escape town? I don't know what your situation is right now, but I could help.
I say yes. I turn to Leori. What is your plan from here? You were searching for this man, were you not?
Well, I have my own questions for him. This was all very interesting to be privy to, but I would prefer to ask my questions on the road back to Nidal.
Come now, sharing is caring.
Also, how do we know if he even wants to go tonight at all?
You heard all of our questions. I believe it's only fair.
Give me a diplomacy.
Can I assist?
Not my best, because I only got a +2.
If I wish I would have been more forthcoming with it because mine's actually decently high. Well,
6!
it's an 8 with my assistance.
Here, let me, because I
don't
kind of
think it
headed off the
matters.
question.
Mm,
I think it's just, even with you aiding him too, it's just a flat 10. I think because it's not like ours rolled and he asked.
yeah.
She seems tight-lipped anyway.
Well, it's not really that big of a deal to me, but I have patrons that rely on me for a certain amount of discretion. Were I to accidentally speak too loosely and let something slip I wasn't supposed to, there would be most dire consequences.
I see.
Nothing personal towards you all. Everything you're doing here seems very
Of course.
heroic.
Sorry.
Pass Theobald in the back. Don't worry. You're a champ. You're a hero. I'm sure you love hearing that, don't you? Yeah, he loves it. Anyway.
Merrick's thinking, well, now Theobald is obliged to balance the scale in the opposite direction.
Well, what's going through Theobald's
All right,
head
someone get me some puppies and my good kicking shoes.
Theobald, what's going through his head at the moment is, truthfully, he's already got the information out of Scream. So he doesn't care what happens to this guy. He's just concerned about Leori being a security risk for our thing. Is what's going through his head right now. Like, if she hadn't heard all this, he's like, yeah, put this guy in a rucksack, take him back to Nadal, and torture him to death. I don't give no fucks. But I suppose that is
until we secure the Seneschal, I can't say that word.
Seneschal?
Seneschal? I don't think it
just
behooves
ignore
us.
the C in it. Just Seneschal.
Seneschal. That's much easier. It doesn't behoove our goals to let him out of our sight. He's the only one who truly knows the Seneschal. Who knows Brian?
Next thing we know, we're raiding a Cinnabon because Bill can't keep pronouncing it wrong.
I understand your concern, Vic. But he will be safe for a night, all, I assure you. There are all manner of people that are going to be after his neck now. The Emperor Vold Corvosa, when he figures out that you've duped him. And there's no doubt that the Arconas and the Queen are going to be wanting to get rid of this witness. Keeping him in this city is practically a death sentence.
We have ways to keep him hidden.
Yes, just as you so well kept yourself hidden in that interrogation.
What way are you suggesting? Obviously not in front of her, but our main ally here has proven to be the person who's taken the person we want.
Tell me, Leori, you say that you are obliged to keep the secrets of your clients. Honor bound, most likely connected to your god? Is this correct?
It's a good assessment.
And what would be the cost to secure a similar promise of silence, in addition to taking the artist, of course?
I
just gotta ask.
Yeah. I can surely give you my word that I won't speak of the things that we did here today. It frankly doesn't concern me very much. Corvosa is not as an important place in the world as the residents seem to think.
Of course. Someone else roll sense motive with me.
So, sense motive them.
To all of you, she seems pretty genuine about not being particularly interested in the events going on in Corvosa.
Mm-hmm.
The most interesting thing about this city is that it attracts these misfit artists. And well, Pitch picks up one of the skulls. Doesn't seem to like to let them go either.
That's an interesting point. What were those paintings you were working on all about?
Yeah. Up at the top of the screen, you see Theobald will remember that.
Can you say that again, Kenneth?
Asking about the paintings that were in the cell with him.
Oh, yeah.
What are they depicting?
I guess if I were to say my muse, I go to sleep and I'm shown things, and I simply put the things I see onto the canvas.
Okay, let's move on. This guy's pretentious. I'm kidding. Out of curiosity, I'm not sure if we would know even if they are, but is she from the same country that these Red Mantis assassins are from?
I guess I should roll because I have some knowledge out of character, but not in character.
Yeah, give me a knowledge. Give me a knowledge you think would fit.
History?
Knowledge local could
Knowledge
be
history?
for people, or
Knowledge.
knowledge history.
Knowledge local, I'll take 2.
Wow, I'm whiffing.
Nope. I mean, I got history too if I could roll that, but I think I already rolled, so.
So I would say that you would know that the Red Mantis assassins aren't from
Gotcha.
Yeah, Nadal.
yeah, aren't from Nadal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense now that I think about it in character, because we know Nadal is super Zancuthon worship exclusively, and Romantic Assassins are a religious assassin order.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was like her logic too. Like,
Yeah.
wait, was she know anything about the Red Mantis assassins?
Mm-hmm.
Let's follow up from Kier's. One picture of the man ripping the skin off his arm. Did your muse say who he was specifically, or why he had scales?
I would say that is my muse. The man, the shadows, the skulls on the hill, all those people impaled. These are all the things I'm shown, and I write down and catalog every instance. I've tried to decipher the meaning, but some things in this world I think are just art.
Over at the cleric, and I'm sure you won't tell us who you suspect his muse to be.
I think I figured it out. Would you say a 29 is enough to remember some background world building for the Pathfinder universe, Michael?
You have to be more specific about what you want to know.
All right, I'll just send you a little direct message.
Actually, I'm gonna take a quick bio if that's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, we can take a break while Gumbo sends it to me and I evaluate.
I'm gonna go get some more water, then I'll be right back.
There we go. I sent it to you over Skype. I might be crossing wires, but you read the background lore for a reason.
Yeah, you would know that.
Yep. All right.
I'd say too. But we'll wait for everyone to get back.
Yeah, wait for everyone to get back.
Also, Gumbo,
Mhm.
a part of the drill thing for the dwarf game was also a little bit. I know you want to finish the game by the end of the year. If you want to
Yes.
subvert some of the drow defense stuff with that was also kind of a little bit of my motivation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I
Make
like
that go
the
by a little
drill out.
faster if that helps you.
Yeah, I was making some schemes.
Yeah.
I got some plots. I got some plans. Got some thoughts and some thingy-majigs.
I'm back.
I think we're just waiting for Richard to get back now.
Do we know the ruling of?
Yeah,
Your-
he gave me the AOK.
Sweet.
So
I'm back.
is that everyone?
My scope wandered off.
Nope.
All right. So yeah, when this Salvador Scream is talking about how those paintings are of his muse with the pulling skin off and all the skulls and everything like that. It's like, I think that is my muse that inspires me to do painting. Theobald's head just like rocks back in his hood and he goes, "Oh, okay now." Looks like, all right, that's why you want him. Because he's somehow in communication with your god. From the others, Zon Kuthan, before he became the god of torture and pain, was formerly the god of art and beauty. Some of that stuck around.
Merrick definitely is like, but yeah, at the same time, like
Mhm.
he is very impressed, and that shows very plainly on his face.
Yeah.
He just stands there, mouth agape. Sophia just next to him, uses her hand, just kind of closes his mouth.
I also like to imagine that Merrick is taller, so you have to reach over your head to do it.
Yeah.
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 Oh no,
like
he's definitely taller.
Yeah.
Tiptoes.
Am I too far off the X there? I say to the Leori.
It is one of our theories. This area of the world seems to attract these individuals with a propensity for depicting Zon Kuthan and his worship.
And that's how you knew that, unlike I gestured his goals, these other ones, he was your man. You saw the paintings that he had made within the theater depicting the Godhead, and you knew that he was the one that you wanted.
I assume that won't be a problem or anything, right?
For me?
I
No.
I don't begrudge any of you your religions. I would trust that, obviously, none of you would begrudge me mine.
Of course not. I am a,
Live and let live.
let's say, follower of Asmodeus. And the official stance of the Church of Asmodeus is to regard Zon Kuthan as kin. Outside, out of character, it's more like an ally of convenience, but yes.
Mhm.
They're both lawful evil, so it's one of those, nah, we don't need to stab each other.
They go to the same parties, but
Yeah.
you know, if Zankuthon comes into the room, Asmodeus usually leaves pretty quick after.
Just two mob bosses going about their own thing. Just
It's that guy.
That guy is just too weird for me.
One of them's the weird band kid, the other one's the jock, and they just don't mesh well, but they still attend the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still love all that lore around Nadal, where even the freaking devil worshipping Chalaxian pseudo Nazis are like, okay, like let's pump the brakes here. Like this is a bit much on the evil side, don't you guys think? Like, whoa.
Hey, I don't think a government can be founded on the principle of, it says here, pain, torture, and despair.
Yeah.
Some say that man never saw tomorrow. To shreds, they say.
My favorite part,
or what is it?
They
that
don't
that
even
man
really-
has shown so many wonderful things.
they don't even really like Zankuthon. It's a total hostage situation.
Yeah, no, it's an ancient pact to protect them during Earthfall. Like they don't I think I've only ever seen in Pathfinder lore one place where they actually like the idea of worshipping Zankuthon. And that was in the nation of Geb. It's very popular amongst the living human people. Because they're all like, your suffering in this horrible place ruled by the undead means something. They're like, that's what we're clinging on to right now.
That's what gets us through the day.
Mm-hmm. I still love that though, where it's like there is a strong Urgathoa religion in that nation, but there's also just as many undead who are like, "Hey, I'm immortal. I don't give a fuck about the afterlife anymore." Da-da-da-da. Anyway, back in character. Yeah, so now I'm assessing her. Because as I said, I don't really care about what happens to Salvador Scream. By the way, super tragic last name for being taken to Nadal, bro. That's like being born and being named Tammy Lynn. You're marked for life already. Well, I see no reason why you can't take the artist. As for the others, turn to the rest of the party.
I mean, it doesn't look like they're trying to like kill him or anything, so I don't care. I would have just had a little bit of a moral squeamishness if they just took him to be like, okay, well, we're gonna execute you now. Seems like from his dreams and what he paints, they're just gonna be fine with keeping him the way he is.
It is so good that my magic hood hides my facial expressions right now.
Yeah, she
there's
doesn't
a
know.
lot of
Ooh, how about?
I think Merrick's have the similar naivety where it's like, I mean, you know, they clearly like he
clearly
makes
like
something
him.
that they enjoy. Like he'll be a celebrity there, right? Why wouldn't?
Brothers.
Why wouldn't he want to go?
brothers. We just freed this man. And you're talking as if it's our decision to make. Sir, do you want to go with this lady?
I think he just called me a brother.
Salvatore would think, and he'd say, it does seem pretty dangerous to stay in the city the way things are.
Okay, then I think we're good to go then.
No one
'cause-
objects.
Cool. Yeah, then Iori will stay here for
Is there
stay here for the
anything-
rest of the night, and then they'll leave in the morning for Nightall.
Salvador, is there anything you could give us for when we come in contact with Dave that he would trust us? Because I can't say skin a skull again.
Sin a shawl.
His name's Dave to me now.
Okay, it's Dave.
Dave's not here, man.
I'm here for Dave, man.
Let me see if he has anything he can hand off to you that would let him know.
Or anything secret.
Yeah, his house is pretty bare, and all his painting stuff you guys left, so he doesn't appear to have much of any worldly possessions with him. But he would
I don't suppose
say,
you could paint us like a small little thing the size of our hand that we could show him that we met you or something. I mean, I imagine he
I
knows your style.
suspect that planning your rescue operation will prove that you're allies, and more than one of my paintings will.
Merrick will pat Sophia on the shoulder and say, she's just asking for an autograph.
No, I wanted a small painting so I could sell it when he gets big and I can make money.
Yes, paint a cat.
Already big. Anyways,
You could give her a face tattoo.
I think I'm good there.
Lots of needles. We could do
Listen,
that.
they're the
Theodore,
paint lovers, not me.
You worship Zankuthan. I know you're packing needles.
yeah, but they're all stuck into my dick right now, so. And they're all in use.
Yeah.
At the moment.
They'll work their way out of that dude's digestive tract eventually.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I think I could roleplay a Dark Eldar in Warhammer.
Yeah, no, I would actually enjoy
I
watching
still
that.
remember that Dark Heresy campaign where you were like, all right, everyone, put on headphones. If you're listening to this out loud with other people in the same space, don't.
Yeah. Anyway, let's let this man take him off to a wonderful world of magic and torturous pain. Because
there's just something that tickles me that, like, I think you're the only one that fully understands what he's going towards, because we're all just,
Half of us are just innocent bystanders at this point.
Yeah.
Vic just looked over like, hey, you want to go? I was like, I mean, I got nowhere else to go, so yeah, it'll be cool. And then
That's
flash
cool,
cut to like 3 months from now.
Oh God, why did I say I wanted to go?
Yeah, once again, I would be rolling bluffs if I wasn't wearing the shawl of shadowy disguise, because like Theobald is like, okay, let this guy go because it's just easier than murdering this lady. I'm only worried about her being loose lips sinking ships. But even Theobald's like, hey man, he don't deserve that. Like, like just being real here. Like, really I'm gonna let it happen. I'm just not gonna like feel good about it. Like, I know that my
Merrick and Sophia are just naive and just not fully grasping it.
There's like levels of evil, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Theobald's not a sadist. He's petty cruel, but that's not the same thing as enjoying other people's pain for its own sake.
Yeah.
It's like that kid who does something bad and is like, oh shit, did I just get away with that? Ooh, that's terrible. They're just gonna let that ride. Ooh.
Yeah.
Something tells me Kobe had a lot of experience with that.
I had one experience with that, and I still remember it to this day.
I've heard similar stories from people who have done shoplifting in the past, where they're like, "Yeah, I just put something in my pocket and I walked out of the store, and then 2 years gone by and nothing happened." That's just kind of terrifyingly easy when you think about it.
I mean, you don't even have to do that much. You can just go to self-checkouts now and just not scan some items. They don't give too much of shit. They're getting paid minimum wage. They stand by the door and check your receipt. They look at the date and they send you off. Because you're doing it super obviously. You can get away with everything nowadays.
Yep.
Well, they deserve it. If you,
I have
checking
no,
myself out.
I have no qualms about people stealing from Walmart, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
If you're stealing from a mom and pop shop,
Shouldn't
okay, you're kind of
steal.
an asshole.
yeah,
As a
the one
principle,
is
you shouldn't steal. But
Yeah.
Walmart knew when they took in the policy of self-checkout machines that the rate of theft was going to go up. So you can't really feel bad for them. It's a fact that it was going to happen. That they figured they'd save more money. So hopefully they're saving more money.
Look, you don't have to pay benefits for the self-checkout machines.
No, but you have to pay for repairmen.
I did
Yeah,
see a
and
video
you don't have to
once.
pay when you're at the self-checkout machines either.
I did see this video once where this couple ate at a restaurant and then they dined and dashed, but they had to come back because the lady forgot her purse in the booth.
Dining
So
and
the
dash-
restaurant's like,
Dining
"Yeah,
and
we have
dashing just makes you like scum in the U.S. because those people rely on
yeah.
your tips.
Oh yeah, big
Yeah.
time. Anyway, let the artist be taken away by the torture priestess. Let's
Yep.
just hope this doesn't come back and bite us in the ass.
Where is everyone staying that night?
Well, as they're kind of leaving, Merrick will Sophia aside and say, "All right, I need to know how it played out this morning."
What do you mean?
You went to the parade square, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, that was me out of character forgetting.
No, I know.
Yeah, she would just explain what she saw. People were basically getting gunned down, weren't they? I can't remember out of character because it's been so long.
Yeah. Gray
For a
Maiden
minute,
was-
it appeared that the Sable Company had the upper hand. They did a surprise attack at the announcement, and Marcus Indrin managed to what appeared to assassinate the queen by putting an arrow into her head. However, the queen, disturbingly enough, did not die and was strong enough to pick up Marcus by his neck. So there's something supernatural going on there. And the whole city knows now. But
Gotcha. So yeah, she would relay all that information and just be like, "Yeah, so something's fucky going on. Probably some demons or something." I assume it's always demons or devils.
notably, you did
demons,
not
though.
see. Well, you did see some Sable Company Marines die in the fighting. You did not see definitively Marcus Indrin die.
Yeah, I think I left before, because it started being chaos. So I didn't stay for watching every single person die.
Yeah.
But they were beginning the murders.
Okay.
You left basically as soon as the tide was starting to go the other way.
You then look to the rest of the group like, all right, where are we going from here? Who do I need to take to New Corvosa? Who's going to House Arcona?
I don't think anyone should go to House Arcona right now.
And
I mean, they might come find us.
Depends how
I've
mobile
got-
they wish to be.
I've got a camp of hippogriffs that I have to tend to. So I'm going to be in the woods for a bit. Anybody want to join me?
I
I'm
mean,
gonna see if the Arcana's library has anything on Zon-Cathon and how he
Yeah.
might relate to Corvosa.
And if you're there, if you could find anything on where the Seneschal might be, you're the ones that have most free run of the house, even if there are eyes everywhere.
Yeah, I'll also go back with Kier, because aren't we both still in good standing with them?
Don't know how good of a standing you are, but yeah, kinda.
I don't remember.
I mean, the both of
anything
you have
happened.
been in there.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't think anything bad happened between
Okay.
a lot of you. Yeah, things are
Yeah,
chill
no,
last
he's
I
allowed
heard.
to be on the elephant, so
Yeah, you're pretty much allowed to free roam of the palace grounds. So there are guards and stuff stationed because unrest. But
When did we want to plan a meeting up next? Like I said, I've got stuff I need to take care of. So if we could spare a few days while searching takes place, I could use it. Because I'm not sure how long you want to search, or really what's the next step is find the seneschal, right? I'm not sure how we want to approach this weirdness with the queen. But
I could probably start like asking around town about what's going on with after that happened. Find out what happened at the end, and if they're stuck around to see the whole, witness the whole thing.
I guess also at the question, is there an urgency at the moment? Any sort of time limit beyond just the gradual tension of
gradual tension? We probably want to get to that guy before he dies underneath the Arcona's place.
Yeah, and that's a matter of finding out where he's at, if he is in fact in that house, and once we confirm where he's at, then we convene.
Do we remember an object he had?
We
had a
Merrick did get a quiver.
Yeah.
And Merrick would actually have it on him at this point.
I'd asked the Seneschal at the time when you last saw him, did you have anything with him?
This badge of office might also work. Sorry.
Asked the painter if there was anything that David would have had on him when he was taken.
David? Neo Landis? I don't know.
Sorry, Dave.
He's
Seneschal because he can't say the word.
Yeah. Okay. If he had anything, what?
If he had anything on him, any clothing item he always wore, a brooch or pendant or anything like that, a ring. Once I get into the house, I can try and use locate object to try and figure out where he is in house.
Okay.
Oh, I guess reflecting on when we scried him, right?
Yeah. We don't even have to ask the artist if he just had like one of those seal rings.
Yeah, I think we're separate from the artist and the.
Yeah. But I scried on him before. Like if you're all right with this locate object plan, Michael, you can just make up whatever the fuck. It's fine.
Yeah. I like it. I want to see if there's anything appropriate really quick.
Like I said, I forgot why we're even looking for this guy. I wanted just one person Merrick knows that was sending us to look for him.
Yeah, he was the king's right-hand man, and his disappearance screams foul play for the king's murder and the queen taking over.
Yeah, and it if nothing else, it's a powerful figure to help lead a movement, or in general just shed light on what to do next. I think in general it's somebody that deserves to be freed, because Merrick's not going to allow it to just happen.
Mm-hmm. And plus, since the queen's kind of acting batshit insane, we probably could use all the help before she tries to genocide a city. Because the way it's leaning, that seems more logical than anything else at this point.
And I think it's also important to try to figure out why Arcona has him.
Possibly similar reasons, but
but still important to.
In the image you saw, he had been stripped down to pretty much. He didn't have any items you could see outwardly on him.
Okay.
What about pocket watches that he hid from the Viet Cong?
How does locate object work specifically? Do you need to name a specific kind of object or something like that?
I mean, yeah, if you could look at the thing that he was strapped to.
Yeah, because if I remember,
a table.
Yeah, if he was strapped to a rack, could he try to locate object? I mean, even if it's not the same torture rack, he finds a dungeon.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be good when we're closer.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
exactly how it works.
But I mean, yeah,
You
that
can search
inside
for
the
general
manor.
items.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when we're starting to try to find them, that might be a good way. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know if it'll help us. Like, I don't know. It depends on. Do we want to try to go to war with them right now? Because that seems like
No, he doesn't want to go to war, but he wants to do a little retcon in the
Yeah,
Yeah,
snooping
mansion.
let's find him and
Mhm.
figure out what we do from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and break him out on
Yeah.
my own, but
But it's a matter of doing that recon while we all tend to other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So how many days are you guys going to do other stuff? So I've got an idea that could be risky for Kier.
I mean, I could use up to 5, and things will.
Yeah, I
but
can always
we don't
find
necessarily
stuff
have to go that
do.
length.
I've got, if we want to continue chasing down the mystery of Zancuthon and why artists are drawn to this place, I might have an idea that maybe Michael would at least let me get like a bonus on a knowledge check, but that's not like a hard thing. I can't
that could
really
be fun.
craft. I can't really craft anything of note within 5 days, even with my full workshop setup back in East Shore.
What sort of things are you able to make?
I'm able to make scrolls and wands.
Oh, okay.
But everything takes about a week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can still make progress on it.
Yeah, but only if there's something specifically that I think people want.
Right.
Because I still have scrolls of mage armor, scrolls of invisibility, major image scrolls. I've got a wand of magic missile and a wand of break. So I'm still pretty strapped for my own sake.
As a note, we have a wand of cure light wounds that has 16 charges and a wand of cure moderate wounds that has 5 charges.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we want to start investing in another one of those or what.
it's a good idea. I've got shit for money on my character sheet. I've got like 100 gold pieces.
I've only got 2,000 gold pieces, which
I've got 50.
Short of like a level 1 spell thing. I mean, I can create quite a few scrolls, but wand-wise, that's not going to do much.
Mhm.
I think I'm better off investing my time in other areas.
Oh, by the way, not sure if you might get a little bit more use out of this than I. Do you want to hold on to the lesser meta magic rod of extend?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Sure. I can strap that onto some of my illusion spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long are we taking? Do we just want?
Actually, for infiltration, do y'all care if I take that for this trip? Because that would help with invisibility and stuff.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Durations.
I'll just remove my
Um,
sheets that way I
in
remember
fact-
it. Add it to yours, Vic, and I'll just keep it off of mine for now.
In fact, Vic, do you want to take the wand of cure moderate wounds too, just so you have something handy?
I thought I had.
I think you handed me one. I think you had both of them
How
to
many
me.
charges
So-
does the moderate have?
5.
Yep, that's the one I had. All right.
Okay.
Well, I had 6, so I assume you used one.
Yeah.
All right, so you're giving me that back and a
Yep.
meta magic extend.
Yep.
Hold on.
Lesser, I assume.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't do for you to fail and get caught if you're snooping around, Vic. Here, take 2 of my scrolls of invisibility.
Could be useful. Thank you.
Might find those useful. If you don't use them, I want those back, though.
Understood.
I had a character.
He understands.
I understand
The
the
notion of
value
a
of
loan.
money.
I had a character I had 4, and I just had to quickly check, and I'm like, "Yep, they're on the Inquisitor spell list, so he can use them no problem at this level."
Oh yeah, he's got invisibility.
But it never hurts to have.
But if he
on
runs
tap.
out, yeah.
Yeah, or if you want to save a spell slot for something like a Raven Escape thing.
Yeah.
That's the big reason why I have so many scrolls. But it
So are we
sounds
good
like
with
we're
taking
going
the
to be
full
taking.
5 days.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Sounds
All
like
right. Let me just redistribute some stuff on my spells.
Do we want to go day by day, or do we want to just go 5 and let you guys explain for me what you did?
Let's go day by day so we could see how the infiltration goes. Like, I guess Cope or whoever is doing the sneaking could kind of set the pace of how we
Yeah,
want to
it's
spend the 5
probably
days.
Just
'Cause-
Cope 5 days, day by
Yeah,
day.
because Merrick's planning on, like I said, retraining and also kind of setting up the hippogriff camp in the wilderness just to get them all safe, squared away, and figure out what the next steps are. And of course, a
Okay.
lot of mourning. He's working through shit right now.
As we're walking back to the Arconos, Kier, are we walking together?
And don't see why not.
So what is your plan?
I'm suggested as a proposition that he help us look for the Seneschal. If he has the Seneschal, then he probably won't just say he does, and probably even less likely won't just hand him over if we ask. But if he helps us look for him, he can present him as though he'd found him in someone else's clutches. Perhaps even if his face isn't known to the Seneschal, then to the Seneschal as well.
It's a good idea. I'm good at reading people. If I can be in the room when you're proposing it, he obviously has more of a bond with you, but I can read his face to see if he's hiding answers or being untruthful when he answers. It's a good idea.
I also want to make use of his library for a couple days to see if we can't find anything about the Zon-Kuthon and Corvosa.
Well, he has trusted us pretty well, so I am going to run the grounds a bit more, see if I don't get wind that there is a dungeon or cells in some area, and later on see if I can't, I don't know, talk to some people and gather some knowledge of who might be down there.
Mm-hmm.
All the while trying not to piss him off or overstep my bounds.
All right. Just let me know how you guys approach.
We didn't see anyone else, like any captors or anything, when we scried on the dude, did we?
No, it was
No.
only him.
Yeah, like I said, first couple days of this little iteration, I'm going to be in the library if they actually even have a particularly good one.
Yeah, they have a good library, decently sized.
You
Folks
didn't
will
want to
probably
open up
source
with
from pretty far out, considering the Arcona's trading background.
And what sort of luck check do you want for finding anything?
Yeah, just give me a D100. I think your chances are pretty good.
That sounded really good or really bad? At least for the first
All
time.
right. And you were looking for information on
What the
why the
possible
arts
links between Zon-Kuthon and Corvosa. Also, if there's like any famous people that look like the dude in the picture.
There's a brief excerpt in a journal you find from an expedition out into the holds of Belskin, describing what they called the Screaming Tree. This would be relatively close to Corvosa, geographically speaking, so it is certainly possible that the location to this tree has something to do with it, because it is actually in a portal to a pocket dimension of screams, and revered as a Kuthi holy site.
Mm-hmm. That was the one battle we did, one that Screaming Tree.
Yeah, that was the battle from the monster game. The Battle of Screaming Tree was to plant that tree. It is said in that journal that you read that even the fiercest orcs of the Cinderlands refuse to go anywhere near it.
Wait, that was the one shot we did?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
He did say it would tie back into this, but
Yeah, but it's still a fun thing to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have little side things to tie in. I had an idea for trying out at some point a alternate mass combat system for something like Kingmaker. And like I could just pull a battle from the lore of the World Wound to as like a prequel to Wrath of the Righteous, because they fight like a shit ton of demons. So it's like, hey, let's do this battle now.
Yeah. There's a ton of fun stuff like that, and I wanted to try mass combat rules. So it seemed like a fun one to tie in. Just a battle that doesn't really have to do with anything else except for this tree.
All right. Well, that's a thing for our lead to look into. I guess day 2 is whatever Vic's gonna try, or did he even do day 1 yet?
Yeah, Vic hasn't gone yet. So
yeah, day 1, I'm just gonna roll diplomacy as he's just in the castle talking to guards, conversation with if a maid comes in to clean a room, if there's a cook, anyone who's around, just household staff, just be friendly, not push anyone too far, but learn a little bit about the layout of the building from them. Like, what's your least favorite room to clean and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So the Arcona Palace grounds is the main building is pretty basic for a noble housing. There's on the first floor, there's a library, a smoking room, there's a dining room, and some artifacts from Vudra family heirlooms that are put on displays in glass cases with little excerpts on where they come from and what they are. The second floor is the mostly used for the residents cleaning up, and you hear from the people responsible for cleaning up these areas that's where most of the family resides, is up on the second floor. And then about half of the building is taken up by this grand what would you call it, a grand garden that looks like it is pulled straight out of the land of Vudra, with all of the flora and fauna. It is as if they have picked it up and moved it. Just this small area of Korvosa is Vudrani.
That's inside the building?
That's inside the building, but there's a
like a big greenhouse.
Yeah, there's a glass sky. What do you call it? A sky
skylight.
Skylight that goes up through the second floor and provides a natural sunlight.
I don't- So where are we staying? Are
You
there
would be
guest rooms
staying
anywhere?
in a small building. It's located a guest building that's right next to the premises.
Got it.
It's literally 10 feet from one of the doors inside.
Yeah, and that's the only other outside building.
Yeah. There are other buildings throughout the palace grounds, but that is the Arcona Palace.
Does he know what the other buildings are?
The other buildings are mostly there's an armory and there's housing for the non-family members who are responsible for guarding, cooking, cleaning the palace grounds. They all live on the palace grounds as well.
Got it. All right. That'd be his day one.
All right.
There is something I want to do during the downtime as well, but significantly lower stakes, so we can handle all their stuff first.
Okay. Do you
Yeah,
want
I
to do
don't
it
wanna
today,
get
or do you
bored.
want to?
I might wait another day.
Then
Oh, look, he's got things he needs to do.
Well, I'm
We will go
largely just
snap to
retraining
Oath
as
Day.
well. Also,
it's
real
Loki's
quick,
killing? Or is he?
yeah,
I thought you were training something.
yeah, Merrick's retraining while also, setting up the Hippogriff camp and getting that, sustainable and in order. Real quick, are we level 7 or level 8 at this point?
8, I believe.
8. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just say for that first day, I got Merrick to give me a ride, which I was able to conceal with illusions back to out of Old Carvosa. I returned to my house, and I spent the entire day after the entire Blood Bowl incident. I'm basically just spent that day going around my house, casting puzzle box on all the doors, all the exterior facing doors. I don't have that many spell slots. Just trying to update the security. I am going to do something else, but that's what I'm saying I'm doing for that first day. I'm just kind of kicking it at home.
Yeah.
I'm friends with enemies of the state. This is how people die.
The fun part for me, Theobard, is I'm immune to puzzle box, but the rest of the parties are not, so they don't know how to use my doors either. Fucko.
Do you know what the worst part of you stupid people is? Is you drag down a smart people with you with your stupid ideas.
I can always remember the quote from Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. It's physically painful to me that I'm associated with you people.
As far as Sophia was gonna do for this first day, she's gonna keep enacting her plan to make a local legend about a glowing man coming to save the day when people are in danger.
It's a Luca.
Yeah, to the point where she would summon something only to have it like turn a corner, and then Luca would come out and be like, "Don't worry, citizens," but not actually say anything, but look like he just defeated something, look at somebody, then fly away. Like literally just trying to drum up like the guy's looking out for the little guy.
Okay, you don't need to make a roll for that. I will mark some progress for you in my notes. All right. Anything else before we want to move to Oath Day?
Nope.
This is day 2, I guess.
Yes.
Change the law.
Is that for several days or just the one day for the research? So I guess now I'm going to try and find anything about the Screaming Tree. Since that seems to be a solid lead.
Yeah, you give me another 1d100.
Foe.
24. Digging through the old tomes, you are struggling to find any more mention of the Screaming Tree.
Okay. Still, it's given me a direction.
Indeed.
Something I can suggest during this meeting, which I'll probably do next day. Or at least ask about setting up a private meeting.
And more importantly, we need to harvest the bark and see if we can get you ass blasted.
What?
Someone get me a fucking metal pipe.
Leaving.
Screaming Tree would be a hilarious name for a strain of marijuana. Okay, cool.
I am making this building secure.
What about you, Vic?
At least until they burn it down.
So Vic is going to use the extend wand, extend rod, and to give himself 16 minutes on locate object, and then slowly walk through the house looking for or pinging for the closest rack as per the description that Theobald would have given him.
What's the range on it?
100 feet.
720 feet. So you want me to read it out loud?
Is it like a clairvoyance from Skyrim thing
sense-
where you're getting a trail?
You
can
sense the
see.
direction. You sense the direction of a well-known or clearly visualized object. You can search for general items, in which case you locate the nearest of its kind if more than one is within range.
Okay,
Attempt.
then the spell would lead you into the garden and up to the giant elephant statue.
You
You
would be-
suspect that there is something hidden you might not be able to see.
So he would remain casual and then just play it off as he stays in the garden, looks at all the other statues, admires their beauty, and while he's standing near, away from the elephant itself, he will use Sift to search the elephant while he's standing at a different statue. He can search it, anything that could be detected, traps, hidden doors, secret doors, anything that could be found using perception can be found at distance using this, but with a -5 perception check.
Okay.
So here would be his perception. Big money. So 24.
So the main thing you notice is that the statue base does not appear to be an actual part of the singular block of stone that the elephant is made out of. And now you recall from being with Kier that elephant he was on top of came from a statue. So it's likely that this is actually some sort of animated object rather than a true statue. And you see that maybe there's almost like a sewer grate type door that if you can open up this slab of circular stone that's on top of this base.
All right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of like there's an animated object elephant standing on top of a base that is kind of covering a sewer grate.
Yeah, but I'm only using a sewer grate as like an analogy of how the door works, right? So it's basically a giant piece of stone placed on top of a hole with an elephant standing on top.
Yep. All right, that's enough for day 2. Go find Kier and have a cup of tea.
If I could do my thing on day 2, it's not anything really big. I'm gonna continue hunting up a different angle on this whole why this city is important to Zon-Kuthon. Obviously, I don't know all the Screaming Tree information. But what I was going to do is, I remember you said that just about every major religion was represented in Korvosa. So I was going to pay a visit to the temple of Shalian, the goddess of art and beauty and Zon-Kuthon's half-sister. Even if it's just like a +4 bonus or something to a knowledge religion roll, trying to figure out why artists always seem so drawn to this city. Figured that's a good place as any to start a search.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna get attacked. It's a neutral good god.
You want to call it just diplomacy?
Oh.
Or what do you want to? What do you want to call it?
I was
just doing for finding information, and that's usually a diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy. That's fair. I'm just unlikable.
You asking the room of artists, they would probably tell you something along the lines of, well, Korvosa is the only real city in this part of Varesia. There's Kaer Maga and Magnamar, full of the dirt people, but Korvosa is the largest city in this area, so they would probably just give you a basic answer like that's where artists will gravitate towards.
Leaving the temple, Theobart's stroking his beard of his goatee, going, I wasn't helpful. Well, there's definitely more information there. I need to find another beatnik to talk to these beatniks on their level. But who? Of course, the orphan.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, of course, the girl. Because I will say, I don't have anything planned for her. If you need her to do something, I have ridiculous diplomacy.
Yeah, I don't have the greatest diplomacy.
I'm just going to keep sending you expendable fuckers into this room of artists and lovers to get this information.
I'm just saying, like, on day 3, if you want to, you could have her do something.
Yeah. I mean, it depends if you swing by my house on day 3 and you realize that you don't know how my front door works anymore. But
I mean, I guess it would really depend. Like, I don't think there's anyone else reachable besides you right now for her.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are in Old Korvosa that's blocked off. Merrick is out of town right now. So she'd probably get bored at one point and is afraid at this point to go back to her mom, because at that point she's probably not going to be let out or in prison or something.
Yeah, where are you living?
That is the question. She'd probably just come back to your house.
I can just picture Theobald locking everything, meticulously saying out loud his combination as he gets done with the very last door after hours of casting. And then he turns around, fuck, I forgot you were in here. You didn't hear any of that, did you?
Well, you're going to have some trouble with the exterior doors now. I'm not changing it because I can't. I probably could, but I won't. If you need to leave the building, just fight me or whatever. I don't know. If I left and you're here, just like shallow breaths. Because I think we've established that there's 2 doors, a front door and a hidden back door. And I cast Puzzle Box on them both, which means anyone who sees it doesn't know what they're looking at. They're like, what is this thing? I don't understand how it works. How does this function? So you could be standing at the door, looking at it, touching it. It's just fully fled your mind.
I love that so much.
I mean, you can technically reverse engineer it with like a crafting check, but I don't think many armed soldiers are trained in craft carpentry for wooden doors. But yeah, I can bully Sophia to go on.
Quick,
I mean-
call the chief carpenter down here to figure us out how to open this wooden object.
To be fair, for me, the 46-year-old Squidward Grouch compelling the 14-year-old child to go do something, going into the lawful good temple of artists, is probably not the worst thing I could be bullying.
Oh God, we're SpongeBob and Squidward, aren't we?
Yes, we absolutely are. Now fuck off and die.
Does that make Vic Patrick?
No, he's Mr. Krabs, obviously.
Money.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
He
Anyway,
needs to have a daughter and name it Pearl. Anyway,
that's all I have.
Well, Vic cheated a little by playing an Inquisitor. There'd be many more moral quandaries if he were a real cleric of Abadar. So you're healing him, and he's homeless. So how is he paying you?
Yeah, with party members, you could at least argue services rendered with the whole fighting by your side.
Oh yeah, that's easy. With the party members, it's easy. It's any other act of compassion you want to show in that damn religion.
Yeah.
It's literally mandated that you not.
There is no charity.
But that's all I have for day 2. I'll get Sophia to do something on day 3.
yeah.
I do want to send Merrick in there as well, but he's out of town at the moment. I'm not walking that far right now. I don't know if he'd see the orphan signal from this far away.
As far as day 2 goes, Sophia would probably just go around the town and try to just pick up either like rumors or just general information about going about town, seeing if she can uncover more about what happened after she fled that whole assault in the square. If there's anything that's come up recently from the orders from the Queen or anything like that. Just trying to gather information that might be useful.
Give me a diplomacy or a knowledge local.
Diplomacy it is. 30.
Officially, things have been pretty tight-lipped since the assassination attempt, but the number of Grey Maidens are increasing, and there is a little bit of speculation on the street of these new Grey Maidens being civilians taken off of the streets during the plague.
Gotcha.
Under the guise of being plague victims. But no one can... You're not getting a lot of interviews out of the Grey Maidens either.
Obviously, yeah. Like this like what I said, it was just gathering information from rumors and stuff so we can kind of keep our head on a swivel if we hear anything. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all my day 2 would be, at least.
Yeah. Anything else before we move to Fire Day?
Nope.
All right. Da na 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 na.
So I guess this start of this day, I would go and do what Theobald wanted me to do, which was, what was it again? Interviewing the Church of Shaylin?
Yeah, Shalian, because just trying to figure out, they were saying that artists are always drawn to this city and seem to stay here. And Shalian does have a connection to Zon-Kuthon as well, so it's just like trying to attack the idea from a different side of things.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I would go there, and I'll use my diplomacy this time to ask that question. As I ask around. Be like, hey, my uncle came and asked a question, and he's trying to get some information and theories and writing a thesis. So I was hoping you can help me out here and just start asking these questions. It's not lying. She calls everyone older than her uncle or aunt. So 33.
The Church of Shaylin is the smallest of the 3 major churches in the city. And you're kind of trying to squeeze water from a stone here. They don't know what you're talking about.
Fair enough.
It was worth a try. It was one of those low risk, possibly high reward things.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any plan for this day anyway, so that works.
Cool. Here, I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll give you guys a chance to think about what you want to do, I guess.
Gotta pee. Be right back.
But yeah, if anyone ever has anything they want to ask anybody, like they could ask, they can consult with Sophia. Does like be the front man for that, because that's what I have. But I just haven't had a point where I've been able to implement it.
Yeah, it's the same reason why I hiked up my bluff so high. I'm pretty good at lying.
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting for people to come back, I was just going to share what my plan was. If I had stayed behind, we couldn't get the artist out. So I was going to be invisible after you guys left, and I could summon a satyr to cast mass suggestion on everyone outside of the room to open the door, and then I could have just walked out with the guy invisible. And if that failed, I have a creature that I can summon that can literally just burn a hole in a wall.
My plan, if she hadn't succeeded the will save against my complex hallucination, was this guy was going to look like not the person she was looking for. And I was going to step forward, be all like, well, if it isn't Jimmy Johns, thought you could hide as the artist, Salvador Scream. Our boss wants that money you owe him. And try to work that angle.
I thought if I couldn't pick luck, then...
There's a Jimmy Johns next to you, isn't there?
No, there isn't. I just picked a name because I thought I was going to get a Rise Out coat, but then I forgot he was here. No, in the Steel Vengeance, the name Jimmy Johns was just because it was a placeholder name for that character that just kind of stuck.
Yeah, if I couldn't pick the luck, I was going to try to see if he'd let me just combine bombs to blow up the door.
We all had outs.
Yep. Except for Vic.
Well, his out was turning into a bird, it seems. But that wouldn't have gotten the guy out.
Fuck that guy.
Merrick had Azure to get the guy out. That was kind of his. That's why he hung out around him the entire time.
Next time we have downtime, I might actually have Merrick help my character retrain a feat, because I'm just going to start getting feats towards crossbow mastery, because I don't really need any more feats for what I need to do for her. So that way it'll give me something to do when I run out of spells, or I don't want to waste a spell.
Okay.
So I get the feeling that whatever's up with the Queen is related to Zon-Kuthon, and probably going to have to go to the Cinderlands soon.
So if Michael's still not back, here's my running theory. So the Screaming Tree, the big tree of Zon-Kuthon, what are the odds it's a stump and it was chopped down to make a throne?
Maybe. That would be hilarious.
I'm
Isn't she
back.
also sporting a fancy new crown?
That too. It's right up there with, hey, we found this book made out of human skin in our summer cabin. Let's read from it out loud.
What's the worst that could happen?
We can get some sick chainsaw hands.
So I don't know if anyone's keeping count, but this is like the third supernatural fucking deity thing that has been introduced. I'm starting to get a little freaked out. We might be in over on our heads.
Well, that's what Theobald said at the start. Remember when he's like, I don't know, it's some demon lord or immortality or something. Everyone's always got some sort of super villain plan. They're just fucking everywhere.
Hey,
Yeah.
here's a new plan for a start, a 401k.
Yeah. I
All
think it was
the,
like, I think it was Venture Brothers was the first one.
Well,
I
I
saw.
picked the right time to
yeah.
come back.
The idea of supervillains just being a thing that happens in the world, and everyone just accepts it.
Yeah. Then, meanwhile, in Galorian, you can't plow a fucking turnip field without finding 6 ancient doomsday weapons
I know.
for all the fallen civilizations in its history.
hmm
Yeah, it does seem
Well,
a
we
bit
have a lot of
much.
fallen civilizations too.
Yeah, but they don't tend to leave as many super weapons.
Hey, just wait until you discover the fucking Mesopotamian death ray. Then you're gonna fucking eat your words.
Look, just because the countdown 1999 calendar bomb didn't work, doesn't mean you should down on the Aztecs.
Yeah, he doesn't know about the giant Aztec robot.
There we go.
This is why I
Or
want
the kaiju buried underneath the fertile crescent.
This is why I want to run Bloodlords for you guys, that undead AP, because they do a lot of fun with swapping what is fantastical and mundane around just to kind of make you chuckle. Like, it's a light spoiler, but we're probably years out, so you won't remember. It's fine. Early in the first book, you inherit a house. There's like this creepy house made out of black stone that's got rubies that are supposed to look like flowing blood. And it was formerly inhabited by an eccentric, wealthy guy who lived here and who had countless secret passages. And the house is partially constructed from bone. So you're exploring it. And the secret of this eccentric guy is that he was boring. He made landscape paintings. He didn't do anything evil for his entire life. He lived in the creepiest fucking house in the world, and he just sat alone. And they're like, he died, and there's lots of rumors around his
Pretty
death.
tree.
You want to know how he died? I loved it. In this nation ran by undead, you want to know how he died?
Aneurysm.
He had heat exposure painting in the noon sun as an 80-year-old man.
Died of heat stroke painting in the nude. That's, that's...
Hey, that's a real problem.
So we're inheriting this house from Gomez Adams.
Yeah, basically. I was just laughing when I was reading that, because I'm like, so this nation ruled by literal undead lords with all this necromantic energy, like thousands of zombie farmhands, and you inherit this creepy house from the only mundane, boring guy that could possibly exist.
I like it.
I only said aneurysm because it kills a lot of people, but it's never in fiction because it's not interesting and it's really scary.
Yeah.
Just at any moment, you'll have a blood clot in your brain and then you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
No, you won't know it's there before it happens. It will just happen.
Yep.
Pretty much randomly.
It's not even as cool as Rocks Fall.
Also,
Well, no,
It's
you
just
just fall over on the ground dead.
Everything's black. You're dead. Sorry.
to
You just had an
clarify
aneurysm.
what I said also, I said he died of exposure in the noon sun, not in the nude. Just want to make
Oh,
sure
he
that
wasn't
no,
even
I'm
nude. He was
keeping
just
my
painting
version.
outside.
Okay, well maybe
He's
in
an
Paizo's
eccentric
official
billionaire.
version he was wearing clothes.
He's an eccentric billionaire with a creepy house. Of course he's got creepy hobbies.
Anyway,
Doing one of those viral paintings where they dip their ass in paint and sit on the canvas.
God. Well, when we get to it, that'll be another fun second edition AP. You fight a zombie cow.
Yes.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, it takes a very interesting approach with it. It's got very Gallows themes, but they're like, what if rather than trying to be horrifying, we just kind of embrace that in a weird, creepy way? This is all kind of funny. Like,
also, I love when the APs use the actual templates. Like this one in the first book had a skeleton owlbear. And so we got that cool fucking art of the skeletal owlbear, like official Paizo art.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I run out of ideas for this downtime period, so I'm good with whatever anyone else wants to do. I don't have anything else. I'll just say I'm adding more and more redundant magical defensives to my house, but that's it.
Yeah, the rest of the days that we're on downtime, I'm just gonna keep spreading rumors about her dad being a secret ghost, spiritual protector of the small folk of the city.
And I insist that I am not going to teach Sophia magic, no matter how much she asks me about it.
Yeah, but then you get her just casting random spells and trying to learn it the hard way while she's in your house. Which means that she's either going to break something or worse. Like, hey, what happens if I summon a rhinoceros right in your living room?
Don't go into the basement.
Wait, is the rhinoceros in the basement?
Is the Skinnishaw down there?
Oh god, that would be a twist.
Not Dave. Dave, is that you?
Oh, that would be a great twist. I wish I had thought of it.
Yeah,
for sure. Especially since he was the one guiding the scrying anyways. Right?
You're like searching the Arcona Palace the whole time, and he's actually in the basement of the house where you're staying. That would have actually been fucking crazy.
Shit, I forgot I had him down there. I lock so many people in my basement. I just forget sometimes.
Well, obviously, in this fake universe we're talking about, this would have been a ruse by me and Gombo.
Yeah.
Yes. Look, honestly, I put a puzzle box on that one, and I kind of forgot which one I did, so I haven't been able to unlock it for like 6 months.
And look, the Seneschal is really kinky, man. I did not put him on that rack.
He's free to leave anytime. The straps are all just for show.
I love the idea that Theobald's telling people don't go into his basement, which has nothing to do with stuff that Theobald does. He's like, I'm just trying to protect you from seeing something you don't want to be able to see. It's actually for you, not for them.
God.
You know, I thought, maybe we can do it without the Seneschal.
For future reference, anytime anyone wants to do like an in bit like that between player and game master, I'm fucking game.
Oh, 100%.
Anyway.
That would actually be the bodies that are in the fucking basement. I gotta do something like that sometime. That was like the on the fly. Your character was secretly the monster in the hotel. You guys got back down to the basement, and then you're sleeping down there from last night. All right. So, Star Day.
Don't speak at once.
Well, I already said that I'm spending the rest of my downtime just spreading more rumors, so.
Yeah, same here. Well, not the rumors, but I already said what I'm doing.
I think I'm mostly just listening for Kira and Vic.
Yep. Think we got a scene.
Yeah. Arrange the meeting to talk with Arcona. If he's available today, then I guess we got the scene there.
Yeah. He would make time to talk to you. Probably in the smoking room again, and he says, what troubles you, Kier?
Oh, I'm with him.
And Vic.
I feel like Vic's just in the background.
I like how
doing the bodyguard thing.
Yeah, that guy.
I like to think that was all spoken like verbatim.
Oh, me too. I'm here.
Well, we've been chasing after a certain man, and we managed to meet with Salvador Scream. He thinks that you might have a lead or be looking for this man as well. Both the Seneschal and our man we know by the alias of Blackjack. One's gone missing long before now, and one went missing recently. Both could be useful allies against the Queen.
As I established with you earlier, there'll be no more secrets between us, Kier. And so I won't lie to you. During the plague, I took it upon myself to locate the missing Seneschal Neolandus Calipopolis. But he was not so amenable to the idea of a complete overthrow of our monarchy system as I would have hoped. The curse of the Crimson Throne is clearly what is causing all the strife throughout our generations in the city, and we need to change the seat of power. But he is insistent upon tradition. I also can't help but feel that eliminating him from the equation would be too much of an immoral act. So, I've kept him here, hoping that I could change his ways through other means. He's a man of resolute will, Kier.
Yeah, it takes a strong will to do what you think is right. The curse, on the other hand, not so sure about. Seems related to Zon-Kuthon, given some of the paintings Mr. Scream had enacted and a person we met searching for him as well. We could set him up to form his own resistance and capitalize on what he does. After all, if he thinks you kidnapped him, then someone else rescuing him, although we have been seen in public together, so he might be able to draw that back if it were me.
Kier, I want nothing more than for me and you and Neolandus to all come to an understanding and to be on the same team here, to work against Queen Iliosa and stop her reign. But I can't empower a man who might very well go and cause more strife after the battle is over. I can let you speak to him, see if you can change his ways, you and your allies. If you can change his mind about the traditions.
I'm mostly curious to hear it from him. What happened that night?
What specifically would you suggest as the changes to the traditions? Just so I know what page I'm coming from.
As a man of Vudrani descent, I am not eligible for taking the throne in this Chilaxian holding. Likely it would go to some random, no-name, noble pissant who would squander away the opportunity.
So it would be to install you upon the throne, then?
I see no one else in this city capable of doing the job.
I may be able to convince him to back you, but God, what kind of where am I going with this? What's your tax policy? What reform?
I'm socially liberal, but fiscally conservative.
All right, let's put him on the throne.
What sort of reforms is he looking to enact that he thinks would might be able to bring the man alongside, other than just, hey, put me in the big chair?
When he responded with the thing about his heritage not being able to go there because of that, can I sense motive to see if that was the only thing he was really concerned about?
You sense that he's keeping something from you here. He might not be giving you the whole story.
Mm-hmm. Hark now, the criminal lord is Mafia Don is lying to us about why he wants more power.
I'll also
lying is a strong word. He
said he'd never hold anything back, though.
I'll out of character just kind of step in and just a brief reminder, because I know we had a hiatus. Remember Theobald's running theory about something about whoever rules the city? They seem to be driven crazy unless they were of that one particular now dead royal bloodline.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to bring up in a minute when I get back onto the curse.
Yeah. Just wanted to throw that out there as Theobald's working theory that he shared with all of you guys. I shall now return to the shadows.
Flashback. Kira, did you have that sense too?
But I assume he'll pontificate for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't give you a whole lot more than I would be the better absolute hereditary monarch.
The best monarch ever. You can ask anyone.
You can ask anyone. I'm the best monarch. They say it. They say I'm the best. You know what? You only need to fight for me once, Kier, and after that, it'll be fixed. Everything will be fixed.
The cities are going to become huge.
All future generations of Corvosa will be great. I have the best swimmers.
That boat full of
God, he would be the funniest.
Not gonna happen again.
He'd be the funniest man in the world if he'd stop running for president.
Yep, he really would. As I said, for all my detractions of him, he is entertaining.
Let me tell you, Lion Queen Iliosa. She is no good. No good. Let me tell you, she is a woman.
Well, holy shit, he said it.
Then he just goes silent.
Yeah.
I believe he fucking said it.
So to get back to the game, I guess after he's given his spiel, Kira will nod and be like, "Yes, that's all great." To get back to the curse that she may be operating under, one of our compatriots has a theory that it might not be the bloodline which is cursed, but the position. So we'd have to deal with that either way.
It's an interesting idea. I'd be open to hearing more about it.
As I said, we met with a person who knew Zon-Kuthon, and the artist seems to have been influenced by that deity. And there was several pictures there that depicted various things that he had painted. In particular, there was a man. I'll describe the man to him. And the scene, I'd probably see if anything rings a bell for him, and then move on to the screaming tree that I'd found as a possible link between Korvosan region and Zod-Kuthon. If he knows anything about that.
He'd say he wouldn't know much about the screaming cheers on Kuthon, I think. He
Didn't
would
think so.
yeah, basically just say, oh, these artist types, he was probably taking something that came from us. Inspired these images.
Sense motive.
Go ahead, you're the sense motive person here.
Is he hiding anything that he knows?
He's hiding something.
Interesting.
He has shifty eyes.
Very shifty. All right, so as it stands, we've got to convince the Seneschal to support him. Or he won't let him go, but he will let us meet with him. He knows nothing about the possibility of Zod-Kuthon being related to the curse of the Crimson Throne, Thunderbolt.
Well, he knows something. There's something there. But it relieves me that you have Dave, so that we don't have to continue to search for him, because he's the next step in the logical.
Well, these are already unwatchable. Now someone's going to be, or unlistenable because of how long they are. Now someone's going to be like tuning in, like just like doing something else in the background, listening in. Like, did they just say Dave?
If we don't make Dave an official title in that world building thing Richard wants to do, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I'm eager to see the Seneschal.
No, we should wait for the others. We'll be back in 2 more days.
No, I think we should go ahead and meet with him and hear what happened that night. Hear his experience. This is what we've been searching for, just to solidify our opinion of what happened. This is, I think, the bloody arrow, so to speak, to prove that the Queen is behind all of this. I just want to know it for my inner peace. I'm sure. What is Mr. Arcona's title? Sir? Duke? Archibald?
Lord,
I'm sure Lord Arcona. Do you mind if we meet with the Seneschal now, just to speak with him, and in the future as well, as we try and work towards an agreement between us all?
of course. Give me a moment to let my people know you're coming. They won't take kindly to you otherwise. And then a snake would suddenly appear from one of the faces in the background and slither up as he whispers a message to it and slither out.
Any chance they could do a perception to try overhear the whisper?
Probably don't
It's
kill
in
the two that we're sending
it's in
down.
Vudrani, so if you don't speak Vudrani,
Gotcha.
you don't understand.
Lord Arcana, I do appreciate you being forthright with us as far as the Seneschal. I understand in political plays there are always motivations you have to keep back. I hope you'll share your full plan with us in the future so that we can fully support you. I do agree that you are the only monarch in a economy in a city such as this that stands to overthrow that which is not helping the city one bit. Getting order under another family is what is needed.
For my companion's part, I'm sure it's the fact that he thinks she'll improve the economy.
100%. And he could sense motive me. Vic is not lying.
Cool.
This is the neutral other balance to what has gone very wrong. It's the only replacement at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in my mental file folder. Play a cleric of Abadar named Dow Jones.
Yeah, you guys. Do you guys want to talk about your strategy here?
That's just
I
you
just
guys.
want to, yeah, I just want to meet him and hear what happened that night, what his opinions were of what happened with the Queen and the King, and where he's been since, and how he got here. I wouldn't try and sway him tonight. I think letting him know that there are comrades here is probably the best way to go.
Okay.
Nothing happens
Then
quickly in these
he
kinds of
would-
situations.
After about maybe 30 minutes, he would lead you guys on through into the garden. When you guys enter there, the elephant statue has moved to the right, and it is now an open staircase downward. He would lead you down and down these stairs until you end up in this cave looking area, this grotto above an underground lake, which seems to empty into the rest of the wider ocean outside, I guess you would say. You guys walk across these rope bridges to make your way down through the system and through this narrow crack, and down through that narrow crack. It goes down for quite a while with torches illuminating the way, and he would say, before you is the dungeon of Palace Arcona, the vivified labyrinth.
And do we have your permission to come and go freely?
Indeed. There will be someone waiting for you to escort you to the prisoner when you arrive.
Since motive that indeed.
Yeah, there will be someone waiting for you to escort you when you arrive. And he would...
Since motive the come and go freely.
Oh. I mean, he's not going to stop you, so yeah, he seems pretty genuine.
Okay. I don't think it's a trap, but we'll see. Probably is.
But you guys would enter a hallway. It pretty much goes straight down, and there are two divots, and in one is a lever. I'll go ahead and move you to the map.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of why I wanted to wait for the others.
Meanwhile, in East Shore, Sophia, why is there a peacock in my alchemy lab? How do you even know what those look like?
I mean, we have libraries. They do have some books.
You can read?
I'm actually quite well read.
That's
Comedic, like peacock squawk in the background and then cut back.
Is that Dave?
Oh no, it's an 8.
Oh God, run.
Don't worry, guys. It'll go well. I have absolute faith in you.
What
So
could possibly go wrong?
da 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 da. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right thing. There we go. So you step up to the entrance here. 2 statues, each depicting a tiger-headed man, stand in alcoves to either side of the doors. Their arms are wide, as if to usher visitors forward into the room beyond. You guys give me a perception check as you enter this section.
Mm-hmm.
You notice a lip where the 2 sections of floor seem to be disconnected. I think it would actually be right here. So like a little step, like almost like smaller than an elevator like gap, but think like that, like an elevator gap between.
You think there are traps down here?
Probably.
No.
No.
Macaulay Culkin in this bitch? No.
This guy seems completely on the level. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Why would he send us into traps if he wanted us to try and get this guy on his side?
Just a long, silent look at Vic.
I don't see how he stands to prosper from that. We could have gotten this guy on his side. He could have prospered. One moment, out of character. Look at my spells, see if I have anything for traps. Do you do traps, Kier?
Maybe. Got decent perception, decent disable device. But it's not a class feature. I can't detect magical ones.
And we could just turn around and go back upstairs and tell him that the person who was supposed to come meet us never came.
Yeah, there's either a lever or a very crudely scrawled penis on the floor over here.
It's a lever. It's a
Both?
lever.
You ever seen a dildo lever?
No, honestly, I can say no. But you see those a lot?
For the sake of judgment, I'm going to say no.
I go to some weird parties, man. The door handles.
One might say it was turned on.
Every vertical
Yeah.
object.
Kier, I've got a terrible feeling. I do think you're right, and that we probably should wait for the rest of the party. Do you think Lord Arcana is trying to dangerous down here?
Maybe. Don't know. You think?
Say we give it 5 minutes and see if that person who is going to meet us comes.
You just wait for 5 minutes.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding. Let's go back up and talk to Lord Arcana and see if he could send another snake down to talk to his people in his dungeon about us not having concierge.
Chicken noises.
Shut your peacock the fuck up.
So
That's canon
up
now.
here.
Theobald owns a peacock.
Sophia needs to
and
unsummon
we
it.
won't dispel.
Yeah, no, for some reason this is the one summoning I can't unsummon, so it's just stuck in his house. Like, I don't know why. Everything else usually vanishes within, like, I don't know, 2 minutes tops. This thing just won't go away.
In character, Theobald hates it. Out of character, I love it because I love kooky wizard shit like that. Like, why is there a peacock in here? It won't go away. That's why. Worst part is it's late with its rent payments.
Mhm. It's about to ask which way we'd come there because there's stairs and a tunnel leading to either a dead end or off the map.
All right. Our heroes bravely flee.
I mean, sometimes the bravest option is to flee.
That is true. That is true. Dead men tell no tales. That's what they say. That's what they say.
Clearly, haven't met ghost pirates. They never shut the fuck up.
They have a lot to say, especially when they're drinking.
Mm-hmm. So I have invisible and fly, so I can leave this part of town whenever I want. I kind of want right now.
I have invisible and fly. I just turned into a raven fly.
For one round, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can go pretty fast, pretty far.
I don't think you can cross the water,
Before
though.
I
No, pretty
fall,
far
I think,
ride.
yeah. Across the river, like the.
Cross from
Wouldn't be that
Ultra
far.
Vista into.
If you're doing like a ×3 movement, I think you could probably make it.
if it
I
runs
like to think
out,
he kind of
he
has to do
falls.
it like in an upward arch, so that like at the peak he transforms back and just kind
He does, because it says specifically, if dispelled while you're still aloft, the power of flight dissipates slowly. You float downward 60 feet on your next turn. So it's like it got a feather fallish part to it. And I could recast on that turn and fly the rest of the way. And since I'm
I made
invisible,
this like
who cares?
moderately accurate, so about like 120 feet. Like I would say about 100 to 120 feet to get across.
And he's got 150 fly.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
he's
there you
got a 50 foot fly speed, but I assume
Yeah, but you can go ×3. So yeah,
times three.
if you jumped off the pier and then turned into the Raven and then flew, you would be able to make it well to the other side.
Run away? Shall we run away then? Or shall we just come up to Lord Arcana and tell him that we felt creepy down there and his man never found us? We didn't want to get lost in the self-proclaimed Arcana labyrinth.
Mhm.
You went back to Lord Arcana?
Well, you took us back to the map, so
Yeah, they're discussing what to do if they're going to go back to him or just
Okay.
leave.
Yeah, as we're walking up the long stairwell. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to think about it and decide next week?
I guess.
I still
Little,
think,
but
I mean, he is the best option for the city.
Yeah, do we want to just spend the rest of the session strategizing with the rest of the team?
I mean,
Sure.
sounds about like what they
Yes.
were planning on doing anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to burn the bridge of Arcana.
Yeah, because if that's what we want to do, then yeah, let's get everyone else in on this, so it's not just Kier and Vic.
So we reconvene at some point.
Mhm.
That's what it was sounding like.
All right.
Yeah, I'll spend the other 2 days still pursuing this link in any other library I can find. But we don't have to roll on that right now. What are the other thoughts on the matter?
Yep. Assuming we come back together in Hippogriff Camp.
Mhm.
Day 5. we would share, what all you heard. Arcana has him, and kind of willfully was going to let us talk to him, but we got that uneasy feeling when we went down into the labyrinth of Arcana.
Yes, that was a trap.
That's why we left.
Wise.
But I don't see why he wouldn't let us try and sway the Dave, because he really is. It really is the best option for the city, and if we could get Dave to see it that way, and he's supported Lord Arcana, that's just the beginning of the revolution.
Dick, do you know what the difference is between Lord Arcana and the Emperor of Old Carvosa?
Lord
I snapped my fingers and pointed Kier. Exactly. One has money.
Mm-hmm.
Man
Money makes the
imported
world
a
go
jungle
round.
into his house. He thought that
Money
was a
is very
wise financial expenditure for his decor. And you want to put that Jagoff onto a cursed magical throne because he just really, really wants it?
I don't know about the cursed magical throne. I don't see why he would have to leave his palace if he became the new ruler. It makes sense that he stays there, and we fix both problems with one choice. We're rid of the magical throne, and we've got a new ruler that the city supports, who, in his best interests, will do the best to increase the economy. So that he can buy more flowers and plants with his excess cash flow.
I mean, this guy has a little prison under his house. Do you really think he's going to be that benevolent of other people can make money in my economy?
I vote
Are
to
you
just
all
going
so
there, getting him
obtuse
out, and bringing him back here, and letting him decide what he wants to do.
Well,
Yes.
Can't we go there and talk to him there? Why are we having all this debate, just like we did with the painter, as if we were going to choose the fate for him? Let's go talk with him.
Because we have knives and we can kill people. That's why we choose fate for people. Because we do.
I'm worried that this guy is making a lot more sense than I thought he was going to originally. I think that speaks something about myself more than him, honestly.
Out of character, I do like the idea of the good aligned characters being like, I don't know, it's weird that the lawful evil guy's making points.
It's called the threat of violence.
Yes, we kill people. We make choices for them all the time.
All right.
They do what we say or we
Forget
hurt
Lord
them, and then if they
Arcana.
still don't do what we say, they stop living.
Who do you propose as the new ruler?
I'd look good to the crown.
Somebody has to fill the power void. Please don't talk again.
Well, regardless, I do feel like we need to thoroughly investigate the curse. On that matter, whoever we put on might just end up as bad.
Exactly. Need to understand and diffuse the situation before we even consider playing Kingmaker for whatever reason.
We are playing Kingmaker.
That's like 3 books away. Okay, let's calm down.
I hit Sophia with my staff.
Sorry, I took a
Deadpool.
fourth dimensional break for a second.
It's just like a bump on the head.
Deadpool walks in and serves us drinks and walks out.
Just bonk on the head. Forbidden magic.
If the painter's muse really is related to Zomkithon, then we might need to retrieve those paintings that we left in care of the king.
Why?
I'm sure that the man in that one painting had something to do with why the curse started.
Yes, wasn't one of the paintings of a man walking across riding a camel across a Rudrati desert covered in skulls?
Mm-hmm.
Vic, you're a religious man. Don't you believe in, I don't know, omens?
Sure.
Zon-Kuthon may be a god of pain, agony, and torture, but he's not readily a liar.
I'm not putting the pieces together. So
Okay.
we need to go get the paintings.
No, okay, let me back it up for you. One of the paintings created by the painter, who we believe was in connection with Zon-Kuthon, who has something to do with what's going on in the Curse of the Crimson Throne. One of the paintings depicted a man riding a camel across the Vudrani Desert, and the desert was made of skulls. The man on the camel looked reasonably wealthy. The person you're talking about putting on the throne is of Vudrani descent and has come here.
So we need to
man
go
I was
find
referring
his
to was the
camel.
one who was removing his skin. But yes,
there
that
was
one
one of
is,
the paintings was of a man removing his skin off of his arms like a pair of gloves, revealing blue scales.
Oh, gods, is there a blue dragon involved in this? Do we really have that going on now?
Or are they more like snake scales, like our friend likes
possibly, but that's why I want to know who that man is. Our painter friend was more than a little spacey on that point, wasn't he? I've tracked some of the connection to Zon-Kuthon for this area to Screaming Tree, which is apparently a tree in the the Charred Lands?
Cinderlands, yeah.
Yeah, the Cinderlands.
Cinderlands. Which is apparently a strong connection to Zon-Kuthon, so something related to that could be the issue.
Right. We're becoming too abstract. Be literal here. Need to get Seneschal. I say, now that we know the location, infiltrate and get him out.
I agree.
Won't be very hard. They'll literally let us walk right down to him.
I mean,
If
if
you
that's the
suspect-
case, then
If you suspected that was a trap, then I wouldn't call that walking directly in.
Yeah, well, I have to talk to Lord Arcana again about that. Someone was supposed to come meet us. I don't know. It all felt very fishy.
That's why I'm. Orphan, you talk for a minute. I'm doing my breathing exercises.
Deep breath, Theobard. You can do it. Hold your peacock.
It's become his Dr. Evil cat.
No, it guards my house when I'm not there. I gave it a knife.
if this guy is as on the level as you say he is, then us going in, getting him, and going out and flying off won't be an issue, right?
He's not
Right?
going to let him go. He wants us to.
We're gonna
help
need weapons,
convince
aren't we?
him.
Like lots of weapons.
Convince
His
him to what?
expressed desire was
to-
to,
to
get
Convince
the
him
To
to support Lord Arcana as the new
yes.
king.
His convinced desire was to get the Seneschal alongside in his bid for the crown.
so you're totally cool with, the somebody saying to the throne through torture.
Who's
Yeah.
being tortured?
I mean, we saw the Seneschal on a rack, right?
Deep inhale
I mean,
through your
there-
heart's nose.
Look, here's what I know. We've got a queen
Look,
who worships
Lord Gloria Arcona is a
who
very
led in the
nice
plague,
businessman,
who has killed
and we need a
everyone,
businessman to run this
who
country.
has a secret army that is being
Hold up.
uh,
Hold up. Did
Not
somebody
secret,
use the
but-
snake word yet? Anybody use that snake word?
I mean, aren't we out in the woods?
Snake word.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say snake word, but I
Yeah.
believe we are meeting in your hippogriff camp out in the
Yeah,
woods.
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
it's a little bit safer here.
No, for sure. That's why he's just like, just check for that snake because,
Yeah, snake word, and all the snakes in the forest go, what?
No, they say word.
Kieran, I
Yep.
made sure not to bring anything from the mansion.
Mhm.
Here, don't you want to take this nice vase with you? No. Stop trying to make me take this vase.
I'll just put it in your bag.
Here's an ashtray. We'll just put that in the bag too.
Servant just starts stuffing a bunch of silverware in your bag. Oh, I think this might be something else. I think I might be what they call a mule.
It's a lot of baby powder for me from the trip. I really don't need that much. Well, I don't see the logic behind any of what y'all are recommending. I don't see an end game in it. I don't see how it helps the city. All I see is it causing more strife and leading down more paths that we don't know where they lead. But if that's what you think,
All right. Merrick will turn to the rest of the group. Okay. So who had the odds that he'd be the one to get brainwashed by Arcona?
I mean, I wouldn't bet on that. I already knew.
I'm not brainwashed by Arcona, but somebody give me a better option.
Vic, outside of anyone in this circle of people right now, who in this entire city do you trust the most?
Out of character, that's a good question. I'd say that lady guard that was helping us.
Cressida Croft?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you say that, Theodore just comes in. There we go. We'll put her on the throne. Done.
Also, before we put
Does
anyone on
she
the
have
throne,
the wealth? Does she have the wealth? Does she have the family? Does she have the power to ascend the throne? I think that's just going to cause
Okay,
more rebellion.
I'm about to hurt Vic's feeling. I don't think we really care about the money right now.
Mhm.
There's the whole, throne corrupting or killing anyone who sits on it. Shouldn't that be kind of like concern more than anything?
Exactly, which is why I feel like we need to get that painting and have someone who might be able to identify the man look at it.
Yeah.
So we need to
Fix the
heist
throne
a
before we get a good person
drug
on it, or a
kingpin
better person.
and a crazy man.
One of these will be vastly easier than the other. I mean, we've already heisted him once.
Hold on, let me quickly check to see if I can scry objects. Wait a minute, I just realized something. I'm dumb. I can remember what the painting looks like, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Silent image, there it is.
Like Theobald is just has a thought.
Yep.
That was nice.
Boom.
That's slightly more convenient.
Yeah, solved one problem.
Good. I don't want to have to go play Blood Pig again.
Blood pig, blood pig.
Yeah,
God, that
sure,
song's never gonna leave my
I think
head.
the only way I could reasonably go back in there is if I had Vic in chains.
Yeah.
Which,
That is an option.
Theobald does that thing where he crosses his arms and looks up into the sky, like kind of imagining the scenario. Like,
I could make this work.
Vic out of my life. How do I convince Vic that this is right?
I start measuring Vic with my hands for some reason.
Yeah,
You're not going to paint me like one of your French girls, are you?
The fuck is
No.
French?
Still, that's at least a day or two of showing this to any historian we can find.
What are the odds that I could convince that man that you were made out of snow the whole time? Yeah,
Mm,
I'm a high enough level for. I don't have the spell yet. I would need to level up again. But getting
Vic's
lesser
brain.
simulacrum of Vic and having them execute that would be fantastic.
I
That
imagine
would be-
Luca's here currently.
Mhm.
Michael, can I use that ability he has to do a knowledge roll?
Yeah.
I don't know what the roll would be. I don't know what the knowledge check would be, the modifier, so.
Ooh, it would probably be a knowledge history or knowledge religion.
But it says it can use the other person's skill.
Yeah.
I don't know what his
Yeah,
modifier
I
is.
just have to remind myself what I did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can just roll it. I'll roll the one that is the best.
I don't know what this is, but if it doesn't work, can you summon something with knowledge religion?
I mean, I actually might, yeah. But this seems more fun at first, so
What is this ability?
don't worry about it.
All right.
Mind your business.
She was the devil.
Mind your fucking business, boy.
Mind your motherfucking business.
Am I looking at your character sheet, looking at all the things you can do?
I don't trust this party anymore. It's completely illogical following a man who wanted to make me into a snowman. Send me back to the crazy.
I was gonna make.
You're
a snowman
saying you
that
don't
looked
want
like
to build a snowman.
whatever.
Do you want to build a snowman?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a snowman.
God, kill me now. Okay, not their best knowledge skills, but they're not bad at any of them.
I do also have something else I can summon if this doesn't work. That has a plus 10 on the roll. Luca's head just hurts for a second and has
You
nothing.
said knowledge history was an option?
Yeah.
Give that one shot. And I'll use my hero point to add a +8 to it. Okay, so 16.
So
Which
I'm
I'll
going to
save
summon
that
a Vidu Psychopomp. And let me find the image for it real quick so you guys can know what the fuck this thing is, because it is weird looking. Looks like that. It's just a man with a slug body.
Same expression and hipster.
Dude, he's a rocker.
But I just summon one and like, hey, do you know anything about this? And it has history, planes, and religion, so it's all the same.
Okay. Cool. Give me the roll.
20.
$20 is not going to be enough.
Can I make a history roll?
Yeah.
So it's knowledge, history, planes, or religion?
Yeah. Any of those three will work.
I got religion. Let me give that one a shot.
Okay, because I don't think I rolled on this earlier.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like, I know I rolled religion earlier. The only thing, if I rolled again, it would have to be something else, but all my knowledges are pretty much the same.
Everyone just kind of regards it as a disturbing image. It's got some vague Zon-Kuthon symbolism, but that's as much as you guys can really discern from it.
Trying to see if there's any other monsters I could summon that could also try to make a roll.
Yeah,
Is it possible to take 20 on something like this?
I don't think you can take 20 on knowledge rolls unless you're in like a library kind of situation.
I
Gotcha.
do have an idea, but I can't do it at this stage.
Well, isn't there a library in the city we could use if we disguise?
Yeah.
Go look it up there. Take
Yeah.
20 on it. Spend a few days. Library RP. Playing on our Griffins for Library
let's-
RP.
This guy's
Let's go and rescue the Seneschal first.
Definitely disagree with burning that bridge with the Arconos. especially since he said he wasn't going to kill him. So he's safe there.
Vic, I mean this with all offense. haven't the choices been pretty bad lately? Like, you took the vigilante man that I still can't remember his name. I only met him a couple times.
Right.
To the church after you guys were wanted. Still not letting you over that one. So maybe we go with our plan versus before yours this time.
Well, I'll listen. I'll go along. I just want it to be known I don't think this is the right course. Or I just think it's out of
I
order.
think we're scamming a very honest businessman. Frankly, they stole it. We should have won. But in the middle of the night, all these other player characters came in, and now suddenly we got this whole other plan.
I mean, he's there's still wall to build. Look at that. It's made good progress, but there's still wall to be built.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like we're at a plan for next time.
Yeah.
Stop stuff.
Infiltrate and steal man.
Yeah.